What's going on, Raider Nation? Welcome back to the Silver and Black Lounge, where Raider Talk has no filter. It's always just win, baby, over here. I'm Raider Ben. We got a packed show for you tonight. First, I want to welcome our guest, man. Long time coming, man. The homie Severe Raider, man. If you guys don't know who he is, he does a show with Chris over with the Protect the Shield podcast. And the homie 805, man, they do great work. He also does a show called the 50-50 Show with Pharaoh, man. So shout out to him. Can't wait to get him on the show. Also a great friend of the show, joining us again tonight, man, all the way from down under, man, is going to be the homie Afakasi Raider. Headline of the show tonight, ESPN has released its annual rankings of top 10 edge defenders in the National Football League, as voted on by league executives, coaches, and scouts. Where'd the Raiders superstar Maxx Crosby land? Number 4. Now that's where the debate begins. Is Maxx Crosby finally getting the respect he deserves? Or is this another example of national media undervaluing one of the most dominant defensive players in football? We'll break down the entire top 10 list, discuss whether Maxx Crosby should be ranked even higher, and hear what our panel and all of you in the chat like to say. We'll talk about the latest Raiders news, training camp storylines, position battles, all that good stuff, man, with the priority being Maxx Crosby. Get your drinks, get your smoke, pull up a chair in the lounge. You are now in the lounge with Raider Ben, and the homie Black, the quarterback, man, is up here right now as we get ready to tap in, man. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like.
Which team, by colors alone, is identifiable around the world?
The autumn wind is a Raider.
Which team, by slogan, commitment to excellence,
Pillaging just for fun.
just win, baby?
He'll knock you round,
All those things
then upside down,
are the Raiders.
and laugh when he's conquered and won.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win.
He's blown up. Raider.
Just win, baby.
The greatest offseason for a single team in NFL history.
Raiders not only have the number 1 overall pick, they have a pick in every single round of the draft.
Welcome to the dark side, my friend.
Let's go, baby. Raiders select Ashton Jenkins.
Bowers made the catch. Reach the 5. Touchdown. Over the middle, plucked up in the air. That's picked off by Myles.
The greatness of the Raiders is in its future.
What's going on, Raider Nation? What's going on, chat? Appreciate you guys taking some time out of your Saturday night to pull up to the lounge, man. We got a very special show for you guys tonight. I want to start off right off the rip by introducing some of our guests, man. We're going to start off with long overdue, man, the homie Severe Raider. Like I said in the introduction, he does do a show with Chris from Protect the Shield on 805. He also does a 50-50 show with the homie Pharaoh. They all do great work over there. I want to give a huge shout out to Severe. Severe, man, first and foremost, let the people who may not know who you are, where you from, how long you've been a fan, and why you're a fan of the Raiders.
What's good, man? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
For sure. I mean, that was a professional ass intro, man. I like that shit.
Thanks,
but
I'm working on it.
I'm from LA, man. I've been a Raider fan, man, since I was like 5 or 6 years old. My uncle, my cousin, you know, my uncle Dre, rest in peace. He's the one that got me into being a Raider fan. He was a Raider fan. And my cousin, my other cousin, young little Dre, you know, Andre as well. They were both Raider fans, man. So you know, I kind of gravitated toward that. So I'm lucky, man, because it's a lot of Niner fans where I live at, a lot of Cowboy fans out here, man. So I could have been a Sith Lord, man. I went over to the dark side, to the other dark side. But fortunately, man, they got me over with a real team, man. I don't know whether to hug him or kick him, man, because it's been ups and downs, mostly downs recently, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, we appreciate you as always, man. If you guys aren't subscribed to the homie Severe Raider, Nightbot has posted his link in the chat. You guys go over there and hit that link. Go show some love to the homie Severe Raider for taking some time out of his night to come chill in the lounge with Benther and the boys. And our other guest, man, he's a part of the family. You guys probably know who he is, and if you don't, Afakasi, introduce yourself, man.
What's up, gang? Dirty, Black, Severe, and of course, your host, Benther. Yeah, Avocasi Raider from Australia. Just another diehard, passionate Raider fan. Just trying to find his way. So that's me.
And once again, we also give a huge shout out to Afakasi because it's what are we talking? We talking about 12 p.m. the next day for you, Afakasi? Like at 12 p.m.
Like 1:51?
Yeah, it's no. Yeah, Benther was right. You're the only one who gets it right routinely, Benther. It's funny. Yeah, it's midday Sunday, so yeah.
Midday Sunday, man, for Afakasi, bro. So he's in the future. You feel me?
Exactly.
Shout
You
out
were
to
close,
my man.
Okay, so it's going on 12. So it's like it's 11:52 or is it or 12:52?
Yeah, 11:52.
11:52.
So I'm
Okay.
15 hours in front of you guys.
Okay.
And then directly opposite if you're on the East Coast. But anyways, continue.
Yeah.
So give a huge shout, man, to the chat. I do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us as well. You guys, we're nothing without you guys coming and hanging out with us and listen to us banter back and forth amongst each other. You guys could do us a huge favor, man. Hit the like button regardless of what channel you're watching this on. It really means a lot. That's the best way to help these channels grow. Also, if you have the hype button available, if you're watching this post stream, there's a new feature called Hype Up. You hype up these streams, man. It really helps us. Like I said, we don't ask for much over here. We ask for a simple like. And if you enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button, regardless of what channel you're watching on. So as we get into that, man, give a shout out to the chat. We got Bruce Willis in the chat. We got Doppelganger in the chat. We got Raider Paul. Appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out with us tonight, bro. We really do. Says you guys work your way in. Just hit the like button, man. Frank Weber, Bueno. Appreciate you guys, man. So the topic of tonight's show is one of the hottest topics around Raider Nation's content creation world right now, and that is the latest report on the top defensive ends ranked by NFL scouts, coaches, and executives. They have ranked Maxx Crosby number 4. We're just going to run through the top 10 real quick, and then we'll get into our debates and our talking points on the said subject. So the number 1 ranked pass rusher in the National Football League is Myles Garrett, according to this article. This is all according to an article. What up, 805 Raider? What's up, brother? The number 2 ranked pass rusher in this article is Micah Parsons. Number 3, we got Will Anderson, right? Then we got number 4. There's our boy right there, Maxx Crosby, number 4. All right, so he's got 3 dudes in front of him. So then after him, you got Aiden Hutchinson. You got Danielle Hunter, you got TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, Brian Burns, and Nick Bonito. So that's going to round out your top 10 NFL edge rushers, according to this ESPN article right here. Maxx Crosby being ranked at number 4. I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. You guys see the poll up in the chat. Do you guys believe Maxx Crosby is a top 5 pass rusher, top 4 pass rusher in the league? Please take your time and participate in the poll. I'd really appreciate it. But let me ask you guys. Let's start with Severe, man, the guest of the show tonight, man. What's your thoughts on Maxx Crosby being ranked number 4? Do you think he's too high? Do you think he's too low? Or do you think he's right where he should be? What up, Jeff? What up, we the people?
What's good? Yeah, man. So I'm gonna give people a disclaimer. Anybody that's headed over to my channel to sub, don't come over there for handhold, bro. I keep it real, raw and uncut. And be honest with you, he's not top 5 right now, bro. He'd be like 6 or 7 in my opinion. I think he's ranked too high. I think some of this is just off. Maxx is beloved, man. I will say this. Maxx, he does a good job of branding himself. He connects with a lot of the players around the league. He's there for the pass rushing summit. So I think execs and head coaches and people that work in NFL front offices, they see that. They see the kind of respect he gets from other players, and they interpolate that to mean, he's one of the best players. He is one of the best, edge rushers in the league, but I don't believe he's top 5.
Okay. Yeah. See, I have the same kind of mindset with you. Is As I do think Maxx Crosby is a good player. I borderline great player, bro. But I think, like you said, bro, I think he's beloved within our fan base, and some fans may think he's ranked higher than what he should be ranked. You know, I hate to always boil down numbers and statistics, bro. But if we go over and we look at Maxx Crosby's numbers compared to some of the guys that he's in front of, you know, I wouldn't take Max over them. So I agree. Well, Alpha Kasi, what's your thoughts? Bro? Alpha, is he ranked too high, too low, or might be just in that sweet spot at number 4?
If healthy, and in terms of the numbers, I guess, and the cultural significance and what he's been able to do with being literally on the worst team in the league until proven otherwise, I mean, he's in that sweet spot, to my personal opinion. With that said, like, I don't watch enough of the other guys, admittedly, to really have too much of an opinion other than like a quick Google search. I will say, however, if he doesn't bounce back to form and it trends downwards because of injury and because of age, then it's only going to go down from here. I'm hoping he's healthy. And what's up, Nate? He's healthy, and we see a motivated Maxx Crosby, which will equal to a productive one at his best. But I guess it's more hopeful with me, but we'll see. But that's just how I feel.
Okay, for sure. And I mean, I could see, I see everybody's arguing points when it comes to Max, for sure. I could see where this could be a sweet spot for Max. I kind of tend to think things like this, and they're like similar to the Pro Bowl, bro. A lot of this stuff to me is like popularity contest, and I think he's extremely popular around the league. But I'll rest my case until later. Nutty Raider Nate, what's good with you, brother?
What's going on? What's happening?
Fucking Reggie.
Saludos.
Severe pulled up. Got the homie Alpha Kasi.
Salute. Hey, good to see everybody up here.
What up, Sal? What's up, bro?
Alpha Kasi, as always, my brother. Severe been a long time coming, bro.
Man, facts, man. I was at this fight. That's why I don't got my normal setup. I was at this fight party, man. I was trying to make it back to the crib. I wasn't gonna make it. I was like, man, fuck it. I'm gonna just pull over, man, again and hop on.
Yeah. Hey, did you see the fight, bro? That shit.
No, I didn't see it, bro. I didn't see it.
I watched it.
I didn't see it.
Damn, my man left the fight and was like, I'm not gonna make it home, so I'm about to just chill on the side of the road and do the show, man, in the lounge, bro. That's dedicated. I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, man, for sure, man. Hey, man, you invite me to your platform, bro. Hey, you know, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna show up. And you wanted the originals, man. You know, you're a pioneer in this shit. I couldn't miss this opportunity.
I appreciate that, bro. Like I said, we all invest our time, you know, in this shit, and you know, we invest our emotions in this shit. And there's one thing that we've always tried to do, at least over here with like my podcast and my guys, that we always try to bring the nation together. Like, you know, obviously people are gonna bicker, but we always like to have new faces on, new point of views, and you know, you definitely were a long time coming, bro. Like I said, I do appreciate you taking some time and chilling with us, for sure.
Oh man, bro, I appreciate the invite, man.
For sure. All right, Black. Since you look like you about to go to bed over there, let's throw it on to you. throw it on over to the homie Black. Let's hear it. Let's hear Maxx Crosby. I want to hear the argument of Maxx Crosby being number 4.
Let me see how long it took you to hate, because it don't really be taking you that long. Let me see.
13 minutes.
How long 13 minutes to start hating, not bad. You're starting to use a little patience. I mean, everybody got their opinion.
Dirty, you're echoing, bro.
Dirty, you're echoing bad, man.
Nice.
Who?
That was dirty.
I was dirty.
Yeah, the list is the list. I mean, you guys can think what you want to put in where you want. I mean, if it's not based in logic, then it don't make sense to me. If it's based on how you feel, then that's your opinion. I mean, it's all good.
What's up, Black and Grayed Out? What's up, bro?
You can see why he could be around, 4 or 5, even arguably maybe kind of sort of 6, maybe ish. But the whole thing, it says that it's not a lifetime achievement award. So all these things that you guys are factoring into it is not supposed to be a factor. Now that's not to say that they don't use some of it as a factor, but it shouldn't weigh heavily. I thought it was based on how they played last year, and that's it basically, and what they're thinking they're going to trend this year. So before I could really even see what you guys going at. We have to kind of establish, how we're judging this. So I'm judging it off how they're judging it. I think Max didn't have like the greatest of years last year, but it was better than the year before. I could have seen if he would have dropped down to 5 or something like that, but obviously they're looking at the totality of what he does because, like I say a lot, stats tell a story, but stats don't tell the story. So, Max does a lot of things he doesn't get stats for. So a lot of people take that into consideration. So I'm with them.
No, I'm with you. No,
I'm gonna let everybody else cook before I respond. I know Nate got to cook and Dirty got to cook too. So I'm gonna let them get theirs off before I respond.
Sure. All right, Nate. And just so you know, bro, like we are not Maxx Crosby apologists on this show. So let me make that shit very clear to you.
You're not. You for yourself.
I know me and Nate, bro. We trend heavy on we ain't fucking with Maxx Crosby and his shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I should have said. I shouldn't have said all of us. I think my bad. Let me
I lean to the middle, but I see what you're saying.
For sure. All right, Nate, go ahead, bro.
The only stat that matters is
I want to hear that shit.
The wins and losses, and we've been losing more than winning. So since he's been the face of the franchise, and that's my argument. But number four overall, it's I guess as an edge, that's kind of where you have him anyway. It's not like real big news for me, but as far as production and getting wins, it's something else. So that's where I'm at with it. So until he starts winning, I'm not too big on the hurry ups and the pressures and the rankings, and because we ranked dead last as far as the whole team last year. So, and he was the pioneer, he's the captain of the ship pretty much.
Nate, just on that, like I mean, everyone has their own perspective and criteria on how they judge it. But on that note, though, like if you're judging the greatness of a player just by wins and losses, I mean, you look at the past, like Charles Woodson and Nnamdi Asomugha, and their heydays were not exactly on great teams either. Charles Woodson was, but they were on teams that were losing. But does that take away from how great they were just because they were on losing teams in their best days?
No, I see what you're saying. No, not at all. Max is great. I was a huge Max fan until up to recent years where it's just all kind of the whole everything's just kind of just pretty much since we moved to Vegas. It's a new entity, so it's not I don't know. I root for the guy, but I root for the guy. I want him to win. I want him to do good with the Raiders. But I was glad with the trade fell through the initial day. My initial response was like, yeah, we got Max back. I don't think we could replace Max in this draft specifically. So I was like, all right, so let's see what we can do. But you look further into it, like how bad is that knee? Like there's some other stuff going on. So we'll see though.
So to kind of I don't want to drag the show on too much. Let's get Dirty's thoughts. Dirty, what's your thoughts on the whole Maxx Crosby being ranked number 4?
Well, Afakasi just kind of made one of my arguments for me. Like, bro, he's a good player. He gets slapped because he's on a terrible defense at half the time. You know what I mean? And defense is really not that bad, but they don't win enough games. So therefore, people have an issue with his production, but you don't really know what his production is. There's stats that they just don't keep, right? There's literally stats they just don't keep. People don't care about hurries. They don't care about pressures. Well, he pressures the quarterback more than anybody else in the NFL. He's number 1 at that every year. So, just because he doesn't get there, that doesn't make him a bad player. You know how hard it is to even fucking get there? You know what I mean? So, and then who's ranking these players? Are these players saying that he's They feel like he's number 4.
NFL executives, GMs, and scouts.
Man, and you gonna argue with people
coaches and scouts.
So y'all gonna argue with the people who put together the NFL? I don't see how.
Are they thinking he should be higher?
No, I think he's right where he's supposed to be, number 4. I believe he's number 4. He's second team All Pro, right? He's second team All Pro. So they only give out 4 positions. You know what I mean? They only give out 4 spots for that position. The first two go on the first team, second 2 go on the second team. That's how it goes. So he's number 4. He finished the season at number 4. So if the NFL executives and coaches and everybody that run the NFL feel like he's number 4, who the fuck am I to argue with that? I would be mad if they had him at like 12 or some shit. But we getting mad because they giving him credit? Come on, man. We can't do that. We can't keep doing that, man. We can't keep doing that. That's not okay, brother.
So my argument is that, like I said earlier, I feel like it's more of a popularity contest, bro. Because Maxx Crosby, in all honesty, hasn't really done anything for the Raiders over the last couple of years. You just look at his stats. I mean, his sacks alone. You know what I'm saying? I know that doesn't determine everything, right? He went from having 12.5 sacks in 2022 to 14.5 sacks in 2023, and it's pretty much been a steady decline. I mean, he barely got to 10 sacks last year, and a lot of those sacks, dude, were garbage time sacks, bro. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Maxx Crosby doesn't make enough game-winning plays, bro. When we need Maxx Crosby to make a play, it just doesn't happen, bro. And when I look at some of these other guys on the list that are behind him, you know, like Aiden Hutchinson, I look at TJ Watt, I look at Nick Bosa, I definitely feel like he should be ranked above at least a couple of those guys, bro. I feel like he should be lower than those guys.
So how many garbage time sacks those guys had? Do you know?
I don't watch other teams related.
Garbage.
I mean, I know Nick Bosa and TJ Watt both got something Maxx Crosby don't got, and that's Defensive Player of the Year awards. And we talk about, you know, the stats they don't keep. One of the stats they also don't keep is how many times did you lose contain? How many times did you not keep the edge and allow a player to get outside of you because you weren't holding your responsibility? You were freelancing on the play, hunting for tackles for loss, hunting for sacks, hunting for hurries, and you allowed a runner or a quarterback to get outside of you and potentially get a big game. That's a stat they don't keep. Perfect example of that play that when he was yelling at Devin White. That was Max's responsibility to keep contained there. He's yelling at Devin White for not cleaning up his mess. Like, bro, don't yell at me because you didn't do your job. You expected me to have your back there. I mean, obviously you want your linebacker to have your back, but you're supposed to do your job, bro. Don't leave me hanging out to dry and then yell at me because I didn't clean up your mess. And then, you know, to Dirty's point, Maxx Crosby ain't been all pro for the past 2 years, I want to say. I want to say either 2022 or 2023 was the last time he was on the all pro team. So the last 2 years, and it's 6 edge rushers on first team or second team. So that would means Maxx is ranked 6th or 7th rather, because that means there were 6 guys ahead of him. Because I know this last
Crosby's
year,
never been an all pro. Just
he's been a second.
He's been second team. He's been second team. Yeah, he's been second team. I don't think he's been first team.
Anyways, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I don't think he's been first team. He's been second team.
He's never been all pro. He's made second team, but not.
He's made second. Yeah. So I mean, so he's made second team all pro. Was it 2022 or 2023? Afakasi.
I believe it was 2023.
21 and 22.
21 and 22. Okay.
No,
yeah.
sorry,
So
21 and 23. Sorry, 21. And
okay, 21 and 22. Okay. There you go. So yeah. So that means there are 3 edge rushers first team, 3 edge rushers second team. So that will put him 7th according to the all pro rankings. So that means that he's getting a better spot than what he should get, because according to what people did last season and the season before that, he was 7th.
Hey, let me ask you something. I'm just asking this for clarity. So you second team all pro. You said there's 3 of each, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
First team is 3 and it's 3 second team, right?
Yeah.
How do you know if he's number 4 of that or number 7 of that, or do y'all just put him at 7? Like, I don't think that they rank him second team 2A, 2B, and 2C. I don't think they do that, do they?
No, but look, I'm saying
no.
seventh
Hold on. Do they do that though? Do they? Because when they put the second team, do that mean that? How do you know he's the seventh one? The sixth one out of that, or the fourth one out of that? How do we determine that?
So me saying he is seventh is being the most gracious. That means he would be the next guy in line because there are 3 guys on the first team. So that means the NFL at least 3 edge rushers that deserve to be first team, and at least 3 edge rushers that deserve to be second team. Maxx wasn't any of those guys. So that means there are 6 players ahead of him. So me saying he's seventh is giving him the benefit of the doubt, is saying he would be the next person up if one of those guys weren't on that team. He could be 11th. He could be 10th. We don't know. But he wasn't top 6.
Black, if you're talking, Black, if I can get in there, I'll answer your question. Black, if you're talking about those years specifically where he was second year All-Pro, that means he was ranked at least between 4 and 7.
Right. 4 and 6, right. Between 4 and 6. And so if he doesn't,
the years he was All-Pro. But the years he was All-Pro. But I'm talking about he ain't been All-Pro since 2023. So it means 2024 he wasn't, and 2025 he wasn't. So it means he's not top 6 in either one of those years.
Yeah, he's talking about going over the last couple of years compared to his All-Pro years.
Okay, I get it. I get it now. So if a player decides that he has an All-Pro year, right, and he becomes second team All-Pro, so now all of a sudden that makes him the number 4 pass rusher in the league now because he had an All-Pro year?
He was number 4 for that year, at least. He was at least number 4, or if he's between 4 and 7 for that year, yeah.
Right, but
if he makes the actual first team All-Pro, he's between 1 and 3. Black.
Yeah, if he makes first team All-Pro between 1 and 3. If it's second team All-Pro between 4 and 7, or 4 and 6.
So if a player has a great year, and they were second team All-Pro, and Maxx don't make second team All-Pro. So now that player better than Maxx. He was better. He had a better statistical year that year, but does that make that player better than Maxx?
He was better that year. Yes, he was better that year.
But does that make the player better than Maxx?
Depends on what he did. Like Will Anderson, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have said Will Anderson was better than Maxx Crosby. The last 2 years, yeah, he's been better than Maxx Crosby.
Yeah,
so it depends on what they do. It depends on what they do.
You also got to take into consideration that a lot of these other players have players on their line that help them, right? Can you honestly say that Maxx Crosby actually gets the legitimate help that some of these other players that are ranking a little bit higher than him are getting? Is he getting the help that a Myles Garrett was getting?
Not for lack of trying. These motherfuckers are just fucking.
So
let me counter with this. So let me counter with this. Who recruited Yannick Ngakoue to come to this team?
Maxx.
Who recruited Chandler Jones to come to this team?
Maxx.
Who recruited Christian Wilkins to come to this team?
Maxx the GM now.
I'm not saying he's GM, but these are the guys he asked to get on the team that was brought over to the team. These are the guys he wanted.
Now look, when he got Yannick, what did his numbers look like when he got Yannick? When it was him and Yannick, how did he look?
He got 10 sacks. He doubled his sack total when he got with Maxx. Yeah,
was that 2022 or 2023? I don't remember what year that was.
It was the year we made the playoffs. It was an All-Pro year, right? It was an All-Pro year, right? Like that's my argument right there. Like, bro, come on. We all know that Yannick should have stayed here. We don't know why. You know what I mean? The Raiders didn't want to give him his money. You know what I mean? We don't have any control over that. But as I was saying, these other guys, they get help, right? Now you get Maxx some help. Maxx gives you production. Now without help, he's still giving you production. It just ain't to the level of what excites you. But to get anything from somebody, hey, look, if I can get half of what you could normally give, you know what I mean? I'm happy with that because you're giving me 100%, but you're only giving me half the results because you're doing it by yourself. Now you give me more when you got help. So I don't get it. These guys who are ranking higher than him, they have people on their line to help. So if I'm doing all I'm doing with no help and I'm still ranking like number 4, I must be better than what people think.
So let me argue to that. And shout out to Alfredo, bro. He said I wanted them Ravens picks, bro. I definitely wanted them Ravens picks.
Same.
So this would be my argument to that, bro. It's hard to surround Maxx Crosby with a whole bunch of great defensive linemen or great defensive talent when he demands $35 million for subpar play, bro. $35 million a year for subpar play. Bro. How am I supposed to pay anybody
bullshit.
else? How am I supposed to? The Raiders tried it with
Myles Garrett is demanding 55. So what?
And Adam Butler jumped on his back and hurt him, and then the kissing booth came out. Outside of that, bro, you know what I'm saying? They ain't had no money. They ain't spent no money on that defensive line because
Myles Garrett is demanding $55 million a year.
I ain't making no.
He's getting help.
The highest paid Raider of all time. He can go cry into a towel after the game's over. I don't care. He gets paid to go out there and dominate, and he don't do that enough.
Dominate. So it's subpar play, although his numbers disagree with that. Even in the 2 years that y'all let me finish. Let me finish, please. Let me finish. It's like y'all. It's the funny thing that y'all like to put a microscope on the 2 years that he was that he didn't play all the season because he went to go get surgeries or whatever. Like he never supposed to get hurt ever. Okay, all right, whatever. But let's look at how he plays all around. We know that the last 2 years isn't the best of Maxx Crosby. Matter of fact, I would say that it's a mid Maxx Crosby. Like everybody in the league knows what he brings to the table. Does Will Anderson get the double teams that Maxx Crosby gets? No. Does he get the triple teams that he get? No. Do the Houston Texans got defense running at quarterbacks from all angles? Yes. Does Max have that? No. But then y'all want to go find these players and say, what, Ngakoue? What? Let's look at Kuntz. He getting Kuntz a bag. He got Kuntz. Kuntz had 8 sacks with Max, and then now he can't seem to perform when Max is out because he gets injured. He didn't even miss any significant games. Max didn't. So I don't know where y'all get this. He's not a game wrecker. He's not living up to the money. I mean, like he's even ranked less than the average top 10 pass rushers. Like I don't get it. Like everybody respects Max except for his own player, his own fan base, which is wild to me.
Because we see through the bullshit, bro. Real fans see through this bullshit, bro.
It ain't no real fans.
He's been thinking about life after football a long time ago, bro. That's the reason why
everybody thinks about life after football.
That's why he's been protecting his brand. And the Ravens just exposed the entire National Football League why he's been thinking for life after football because he's probably got a deteriorating knee that ain't never going to be the same again.
You don't even know that. You're just saying that.
I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel, bro.
Right. But the doctors are saying like something different.
Any active football player that's doing podcasts and shit, they're preparing for life after football and prepping their brand so they can make money.
Everybody's doing that. He's not the only one.
There's only like him and Micah. There's only like him and Micah. But that was one of the main reasons why Dallas got rid of Micah was because of that shit.
Yes, Myles Garrett don't got no podcast. I know that.
Myles Garrett might not want to do a podcast. So what?
Myles Garrett does have a podcast,
man.
Myles Garrett does have a podcast that he does in the off season.
Oh, in the off season, does it do it during the season?
Hey, look, you gotta understand this. Max is in a city that demands entertainment, right? He's in a city that demands entertainment.
Well, he's a fan base.
I don't know when Myles Garrett films. I don't know when he films. Honestly, I just know he has a podcast because I've seen it. Cool. So, like, everybody's got a brand. Right? Everybody's thinking about life after football because nobody knows when is the last game.
Yeah, true.
Bro, they have no idea when they played their last game. So they have to protect the money that they're making. They got to figure out a way to find themselves into another look. We all know all the NFL stars end up being fucking broadcasters. We know this. All the good ones end up being broadcasters, bro. That's what it is. Well, why not get the training now so you can go in demanding more money when your turn is up? So like I'm not mad that he protects his brand. I'm not mad that he does his show. What I'm mad at ain't even Maxx Crosby. I'm mad at the Raiders for taking so goddamn long to try and fucking build anything, bro. You have something, and then you don't even hold on to the shit that you have. And then we want to look at one fucking player. We did the same shit to Derek Carr. Like, bro, we can't never find no sense of happiness with the players that we got. And then when people give them credit, we want to shit on the credit that they was given. Like, bro, what are we doing?
I remember when Derek Carr stands were like, well, only if Derek Carr had this. And now those same people that are Maxx Crosby fans are like, well, only if Maxx Crosby had this. Like it's always an excuse, bro. With for high paid players,
because
bro.
It's the
We gotta
Raiders,
stop
bro.
making excuses for high paid players that are paid a lot of damn money, bro, to be able to try to deal with these kind of issues, bro. And he don't do it, and neither did Derek.
What we need to stop doing is wasting money on one goddamn position when we need multiple positions to be addressed.
Well, I said earlier about you eating up all the damn money.
And the way we draft too, Dirty. And the way we draft too, man. That's also hindered like where we're at.
You say all this money, but look at what Myles Garrett is getting a year. It is way more than what Maxx Crosby is asking for, and it's fucking Cleveland. You think Cleveland make money like that? No. They're not fucking making paper like that. So they're not making paper like the Raiders. They shit don't sell like ours. They're not bringing in the revenue we bringing in, but they gotta pay up. They had to pay a Myles Garrett like 55, 56 mil a year, and you complaining about 35? Come on, bro. That's a fucking break.
He barely can even
that's
get
a fucking
anymore,
home team break.
$35 million for a dude that's scraping 10 sacks a year is overpaid. Anyway, Severe, were you gonna say something, bro? Go for it.
No, I'm saying Myles Garrett has, I think, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards under his belt. I think he's led at least one number 1 ranked defense. I think possibly 2. Also had a defense that dragged the team into the playoffs. Like when you do that, and you're a cornerstone franchise type defensive player, and you make everybody else around you better, you're going to demand that kind of money. Like who was the defensive end opposite of Myles Garrett last year?
Fuck, I don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You can't name him. Outside of Mason Graham, name another player on that defensive line.
They still have Jadeveon Clowney.
No, Clowney's gone.
Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Nobody knows. That's my point. Is part of the reason why we think these guys are so good is because Myles Garrett has gravity. So he helps make these guys better. And people will use the excuse with Max, oh, well, the Raiders, they never had the lead, so he doesn't have a lot of pass rushing opportunities. That's why the Cleveland Browns were one of the worst teams in the league last year offensively, and this man still put up 23 sacks. 23 sacks.
He does that every year?
He did it last year.
No, my question is, does he do it every year? Is the question.
He does it better than Max.
That's not my question. Stop changing my question.
Nobody puts up 23 sacks a year, but he puts up in the teens every year, and he's in the Defensive Player of the Year candidacy every year. He's first team All-Pro basically every year.
I get all that. So the answer is no. So he doesn't do that every year. So let's not act like that's the standard every year. Not only that, why are we taking the very best player out of? He's the outlier for one. So when you're trying to compare the rest of the field with the outlier, you can say that about any of the pass rushers. Then I mean, like we can talk.
We're talking about how much why he gets paid that much.
We can talk about all these players that make hella money. Maxx Crosby makes less than the minimum. I mean, less than the average of all the top 10 pass rushers. So, like, what about all the ones that's ahead of him? Let's compare them to Myles Garrett. They don't. You want to know why? Because he's an outlier. Now, let's start comparing maybe the Micah Parsons and then the Hutchinsons and then the Will Andersons. Yeah, if y'all want to compare Will Anderson, he's been in the league 3 years. Let's take Max's first 3 years. Are they comparable? Then y'all going to start talking about, well, because Max is always on the field. Like, I didn't know that it's a crime to be on the field all the time. Like, y'all, I mean, like, I don't get this. I don't get how you guys like to conflate your arguments by using the very best standard when it comes to Max, but then everybody else is better than Max, but you don't use that same measurement to those guys too. Why y'all don't do that?
The conversation was literally centered around Myles Garrett making $55 million a year. That was literally what was said.
No, it wasn't. What he was saying was, for the money that y'all complaining about, it pales in comparison to what the top player makes. So if you're going to take, like I
explained
said,
why he makes
I
it.
said, if you take the top 10 pass rushers, I mean, well, at least we can agree he's in the top 10, right? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Maybe. Depends on the day. Yeah, he's in the top. I said what did I say? I said he was sixth. Didn't I say he was sixth already? Like we've already established that.
So the answer is yes, that we can agree he's in the top 10. And
yes.
So if he's in the top 10 and he's making less than the average, then what are y'all complaining about his money for?
Part of the reason why Maxx isn't making as much as these other guys is because Maxx got paid early. So when Maxx is due for another contract, he's going to vote right to the top. He got paid early. So now there's other people.
Why y'all comparing about his? We talking about today. Why y'all comparing about his salary today when he makes less than half the average?
Because he got paid early.
Yeah, he was the first
That's
one.
Why. That's why his contract is low. Colt Miller is getting paid. Colt Miller is getting paid like a top 5 left tackle. But that's because we just paid Colt Miller.
Thank you, Dirty.
The other thing with
that's what we're
Max's
saying.
money,
Like, you shouldn't be complaining about his pay. Like, you could be paying way more to him for less. For getting the same production, you could be paying way more. So why are we complaining about 35 million?
I'm not gonna lower.
But at the time, he was the highest at his position, and then other people got paid in subsequent years, and he just pushed it down.
He was the number one. He was number one for 15 minutes.
He wasn't hurt.
That's how it goes.
He wasn't hurt.
That's how it be. Like Devontae Adams was number one for like a day, and then I think somebody else got paid when we signed him. Derek Carr was number one for like like 2 days, and then Matthew Stafford got a deal. Like that's how it goes in the NFL.
So it's not an argument.
Let Afakasi get his taken. He was trying to get something.
I just want to say something real quick. I guess the other thing that we got to take into consideration when it comes to paying these players, more specifically Maxx Crosby, is that we're a team that's so void in talent. So, yeah, Maxx Crosby wants to be a Raider as well, but at the same time, like, we've been terrible for how long now? So we're going to have to try and overpay these players. I'm not saying he's overpaid, but we're going to have to throw the bag at players in order to either sign them over or keep them, because we suck, and we've sucked for a while.
It's the Raider tax. I've been talking about that.
Yep. And you talking about first 3 years of their career, Maxx Crosby not better than Will. He for sure not better than Will Anderson over the first 3 years.
What I said is their career. The first 3 seasons are comparable. That's what I said. They're comparable. I didn't say Maxx was better. I said it was comparable.
Rookie year was better than
the first
Joey
3
Bosa's
years.
rookie year.
Well, Joey Bosa won, defensive rookie of the year, so that's arguable. I thought Maxx was better. I thought Maxx was better, but that's arguable. There are people that would disagree with that. But
look at all the people they had on defense.
So Will Anderson in year 3 of the league, Will Anderson was, I believe he finished second in defensive player of the year voting this past year, and the only person that beat him out was, alien Myles Garrett. So if Myles Garrett is a freak. He's damn near going to win the award every year. So
if you get the time, man, pull up Joey Bosa's rookie year and pull up Max's rookie year, and you tell me who got better numbers.
Joey Bosa is different.
Better numbers.
Joey. If you're looking up Joey Bosa, you're looking up the wrong Bosa. Nick is the one that beat him out for defensive rookie of the year. Joey's the one that.
I'm sorry, Nick.
Joey's the one that played in San Diego.
I don't like neither one.
I don't like neither one of them either.
Out of everybody on that top 10 list,
they came in the same year. You look up Nick Bosa's rookie numbers, and he got defensive player of the year too, where he shouldn't have got it.
Yeah, Maxx has the worst record out of all those teams combined.
So, I'm just saying, Nick started. Maxx came off the bench. Maxx still had better numbers. Only reason why he didn't get it is because Nick was the first round overall pick. Or not first overall, but he was a first round fucking pick.
You know what?
We can't give it to the 4th round guy. You know what I mean? We can't. So Maxx has been getting shunned on the awards. I don't really fucking think he too much cares about the awards. I think he really more cares about actually winning than getting a fucking award. Winning some fucking games, getting to the playoffs, getting a Super Bowl. It means more than a fucking award that, okay, I won it this year, but I might not win it next year, and I might not win it the year after that. But yeah, I won it. But you know what? You know what you can never take from me? That motherfucking Super Bowl win. You can take that from me. That's always going to be mine. That's going to be the greatest feeling of all time. Look, I don't care for awards. They don't mean anything. They don't. I care about what a player does and what he gives me. And I like what Max does, and I like what he gives me. Is it great? No. Could it be better? Of course it could. But have I seen worse from other players? Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
all
more
day.
specifically, the guys
On
we
my
drafted in
own
the first
team.
round, like Cleve Farrell and Tyree Wilson. We're talking about players third and fourth years. What the hell did those guys do? Not even close.
I just feel like with that mindset, we're lowering our standards. So it's okay to pay him that much money because he's not a bum. Like, no,
you're not lowering your standards when other people see the talent that you don't. You just, you know what I mean? Like, that's all it is. Other people see the talent.
Like,
They
it's
see what
okay
you
to pay
don't.
him $35 million because he's not as bad as Tyree Wilson. No, that's still not okay.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what
I
I'm
know
saying.
that's not what you're saying, Afakasi, but in terms of like, he's trying to be like, okay, well, we've had all these other guys.
I was just throwing it out there that isn't it sad? Like, we're talking about third and fourth year guys and the numbers that they're putting up. And I'm just thinking about like the guys we drafted in the first round, specifically at the same position as Max, and kind of why I appreciate Max, because he's not a bum. A guy we got in the fourth round and is at least in the conversation. The guys that you draft in the first round, they're supposed to be the guys in the conversation come year 3, year 4. And what do? They're off our goddamn rosters come year 3, year 4. Ridiculous. Anyways, just wanted to throw that out there.
We're creeping up on Max's third contract, so I'm definitely being picky about production and.
Well, I'll be picky when that third contract comes up. As it stands right now, what he's getting paid, I'm fine with. I don't give a shit.
He's not guaranteed money next year, I believe.
Yes,
I'm not even here to count a man's pockets. I don't care. I care about what you do on the field. You know what I mean? The production you give me and the heart and soul that you give me. You go out there, you give me everything you got, and he do. You can't say he don't. I don't think anybody can say. There's nobody that can say Maxx Crosby does not give the Raiders everything he fucking has, bro. There's not a single person on this planet that can say that. And if they are, they're fucking lying. They're lying.
I'm not going to argue that. I think what makes Maxx Crosby so good is also the detriment of Maxx Crosby, and that's his motor. I mean, sometimes it works for him. He's able to get to the quarterback, bro. Sometimes he just completely runs himself out of plays, like Severe was saying.
That's
earlier,
what he got to work on.
He loses contain, bro. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, bro. He's been in the league for like 9 seasons. He ain't about to learn that, bro. He just don't got. And another reason why Max can't hold the edge, bro. He's in the NFL, so he's strong. In the grand scheme of defensive ends. Hold on. Since he's in the grand scheme of defensive ends, he's weak. You know what I'm saying?
So he's weak. He's weak in the run stop. Is that what you're telling me? Since he can't hold the edge,
and when his motor's going, he loses contain. Yeah,
come on, bro. Y'all, everybody knows Max is one of the best DNs in the runs game. So why would you even say that?
Because he sells out for the run, bro. He
sells out for the run.
He's not playing the quarterback. Even Greg Townsend, bro, the all-time sack leader, said that Maxx Crosby takes the easy way out to get past.
I don't care, bro. Who cares what he says?
Yeah, see, well, you don't respect.
Don't nobody even pay no attention to him. Don't nobody pay no attention to him because he a hater too. He mad because nobody will listen to him. He ain't obligated to listen to him.
All-time sack leader.
He's not obligated to listen to him.
Easy way out if it gets results. I give a fuck if he takes the easy way and it gets results.
If you consider
I'm supposed to punish him for that? Oh, you got the sack, but it was easy.
And pressures and 0 game-changing plays. I mean, yeah, I guess.
You can't say 0 changing game-changing plays.
Well, name
you mean he wrecked games
where he's wrecked the game outside of the game.
God. What does wreck the game mean to you? What does wreck the game mean?
Against Chicago, dude. He's never.
What does wreck the game mean to you?
That is not true. He wrecked Cincinnati game.
Let's go back and watch Khalil Mack 2016 versus Carolina Panthers, bro. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's a game. Okay, so what? So what? Max had a better defense than Khalil did. So what are you talking about?
So let's go back and watch the Cincinnati game where Maxx Crosby wrecked that fucking game.
Yeah, man, I just played a video just a few minutes ago where he wrecked the game. He wrecked the Tennessee Titan game. I don't even know what you're talking about. So
I was live.
Devin
I was
White
live at his break of the game.
Last year's Titan game.
Yeah, the one that Devin White, the one every play that Devin White made was because Maxx Crosby was a force multiplier on that play. So y'all need to go look at the play. Not just the end result. Go look at what Maxx was doing. Maxx literally got hit by 4 people in that play that Devin White got the interception. He got triple team really, and he got blocked by a wide receiver, which allowed the other 2 players to get in. That's how 4 players beat 5 players. And y'all don't see that because there's no stat for that what he did. And then just like the fumble that he caused, you want to know why the fumble happened? Because the guys were blocking Maxx and Devin White went unblocked right up the middle. Y'all think Devin White just got around all the linemen? He went unblocked. You want to know why? Because they was maxing out on Maxx, but there's no stat for that.
I just want to throw out there, we were talking about Maxx hasn't had any game-wrecking games. I mean, me and Nate as well, if I'm not mistaken, we were both live at his breakout game his rookie year. What did he get? 3-4 sacks? He wrecked the game on that.
I mentioned that game.
That's just,
I mentioned that game. Yeah, outside of
that, our last home and win.
Number 1 overall pick as well.
Was it?
So.
I was there. Yeah, me and Nate were there. I didn't know Nate at the time, but we were both there at that game live. That was the last time they'd ever win in Oakland.
He wrecked the Bears game, but you know why we lost that game? Because we can't score over 14 points every week. Like I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Like y'all expect Maxx to. Y'all expect what?
I gave him credit for the Bears game. I gave him credit for the Bears game and the Bengals game. Those 2 games I gave him credit.
And he wrecked the Titans game.
The Titans, bro, a team that had the number 1 overall draft.
Oh, here we go. You didn't say that he only wrecked games of the
Alabama to Berkeley,
teams.
dude. I'm not making that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. They're an NFL team. So what do you? So that don't count now. So now we put stipulations on the teams that he do it on now. Even though the Raiders won 3 games last
out of
year.
17, Black. That's
and the Raiders won 3 games last year. So what? They won.
So let me ask you. So let me ask you this, Black. You brought up the Bears game, right? And that's Maxx. Maxx had a really great game that game. He might have been one of the better games of his career outside of that multiple sack game he had as rookie. With time expiring, with the game almost over, did the Raiders have a lead in that game? Right. The Raiders had a lead in that game, right? Raiders had a lead in that game. Did they not?
I said 3 times. It's the last 2 minutes. So that's what we talking about, right?
So at that point, him and the defense, he had an opportunity to close the game out. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Did he close the game out?
No.
I think, didn't we get the ball?
Hold on. But let me tell you why, though. Let's use context, though. You want to know why? Let's look at the time of possession that the defense is on the field. How about when the Raiders, when Maxx and them got turnovers, we turn it over on the next play right back, or the next 2 plays, and we did that multiple times. And so you guys expect, if you know football, and I'm not saying none of y'all don't, but if you know football, that you can wait out a defense because you can tire them out, and they won't have the energy in the last 2 minutes. Why do you think so many teams get 2-minute drives done on them? Because they wore out the defense. Like, that's a strategy. Like, the reason why is because the defense is on the field and the offense is not playing complimentary football. But for some reason, y'all want to put that on Maxx because the offense is not playing complimentary football. And if y'all want to sit here and say we play complimentary football outside of the first game, then I don't want to have this conversation no more, because y'all not being real with the context.
Can I just get in there for a second? Just sorry, Severe. That game specifically, the Browns game. Maybe memory serves me incorrectly, but didn't we have the ball back, and on the last play of the game we had a field goal to kick and we missed it, and that's why we lost? Am I mistaken?
We lost, but we didn't stop him. We didn't stop him the drive before that. That's what he's saying. He was saying
they took the lead before
that drive. Right. But the thing is, the defense is exhausted. That's why our defense was really a middle tier defense. 23 was middle tier, like 15. 24 was middle tier, which was 15. And 25 was trending the same way, but we could never score points. We could never score points. We always had the defense was on the field 2/3 of the time, and the offense was on the field 1/3 of the time. And so then once the middle of the season happened, when that became our trend, then the defense started going down, because you cannot keep that up all year round if you're not playing complimentary football to any degree.
You have a good point, bro. You do, but we've been spending the money on defense the past couple of years, so. Whether they have the horses or not, it's not for lack of trying. All our funds and resources are on the defense, pretty much.
Because
that's what we need to be drafting better. We're missing with our draft picks. We're missing mightily on our draft picks.
Yeah, and that's not Max's fault. Y'all can't hold that against Max
the defense has got to perform
because we're doing that.
They gotta get those shutouts. They gotta get.
But even with that, though, he had a middle tier defense. It's because our offense was. We had Jimmy Garoppolo. The 23 and 24 year, we was middle tier. We're a middle tier defense. And you know who the quarterbacks was? Gardner Minshew. I'm gonna miss you, Mr. Pitchu, and we had Jimmy Garoppolo.
The booger man.
Like, come on, man. So y'all gonna sit there and really overlook how Max played with that defense?
And like I was saying, like the way we drafted, like the way I see it, like, yeah, you get concessions for development come year 1, year 2. So I'm looking at like the years that McDaniels was at the helm, where year 3 and year 4, these guys are supposed to be hitting their straps, right? And how many draft picks do we have in those 2 seasons? Like maybe 15, 16, and just about every single one of them whiffed. And that's how a lot of the reason why I feel, well, not all the reason, but that also didn't help our case as to why, we struggled last year. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. What irks me the most about Max, bro, is I won't say the most, but one of the things that really irks me, bro, is that, and maybe I might be overthinking this or some shit, bro. You guys can correct me if you guys feel otherwise, but I don't take kind to one of our best players, losing a game and, rather it be by 1 point or 100 points. And instead of like main focus on not losing another game and being in the facility and trying to get better and getting stronger and getting faster, he wants to go on a podcast and smoke cigars. Like I like that bothers me, bro. Like the greatest players of all times don't do that, bro. When they lose,
but the franchise don't have a problem with it.
And they watch film, they get better, bro. He's not getting better, bro. You could honestly say he's been getting progressively worse since he started that podcast.
No, now it's the podcast fault. Now, okay, whatever. Hey, but
I think that's
his work ethic, like in the offseason, though. Weren't people praising his work ethic?
Sorry.
In the offseason?
Yeah, man. They all do, man. That's just Ben don't like the podcast. That's all. Make sure y'all hit this. Once y'all hit the like button on this podcast, though.
I think that's an optics thing. I guess it's just bad optics. If you're not winning, you would. It's just like everybody was criticizing Dame. They criticized Dame for rapping. They if you're not winning, you're not winning, like getting championships. If you're doing stuff outside of your sport, they're going to look at that and they're going to say, "Oh, could this be a distraction?" And they're going to criticize you for it. People was criticizing Waller for his rapping.
Let me ask you this. So if you don't get employee of the month, right? You don't get employee of the month at your job, right? Are you supposed to go in on your off day and put in extra work to get fucking employee of the month?
Is the employee?
Is that what you're supposed to do?
No,
that's a different situation.
Employee of the month, but the employee
it's not
of
a
the
different
month,
situation.
It's
a different
situation of the company.
It is a different situation because when you're unless you're a salaried employee, like Maxx Crosby is a salaried employee, unless you're salaried, then your only obligation to that company is when you're on that time clock. If I'm not on that time clock, I ain't doing a damn thing for that company. So I'm salary. So I have obligations that I'm expected to meet 7 days a week because I'm a salary. So if I get a call on a Sunday, supposed to be my day off, guess what? I got to take that call. I got to handle it. If I got to go somewhere to do an event or meet a recruit, guess what? I got to hop on that flight. I got to make that drive to meet that recruit to do that event because I'm a salaried employee.
Right,
I'm expected to do trainings every year because of my job.
I understand. But you look at it this way. I give you a day off, right? I gave you the day off. You didn't but you still showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning like you always fucking do. Even if you didn't stay the whole fucking day, you still came in, you still did your workout, you still did everything you do on a normal fucking basis on your goddamn day off. And then you went the fuck home and did whatever it is the fuck you wanted to do. Should I hold you liable for that? Should I be mad that you do whatever you
lost that. You lost a little bit there. But like that's an apple and oranges comparison because
he films on his day off after he done already been to the gym. But he did that's 5 a.m. You still rolling over in your bed and ain't even got up yet, and he's over there pumping iron or running on the machine or doing whatever he's doing his rehabilitation. Like, bro, I don't give a shit what he does in his personal time. I care what you do on the field. Fuck what you. Like I told you with Mendoza, I don't care if he takes a dick in the ass, long as he fucking performs on the goddamn.
No, he's supposed to. Max
apparently, Adam Butler don't care.
It don't make you
Adam Butler care.
Max Crosby supposed to be at home.
That's a whole different story. That's a whole different story.
But Dirty, I'm feeling everything you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, but what I'm saying is that perception is reality. So the optics of that are not good. So if those optics, if you're not winning and people see you doing stuff that is not conducive to winning, even if you're doing everything else, when the cameras aren't rolling, the optics are still going to be bad. People are still going to point that at and say, what the fuck is he doing on his podcast? Really? Why is he not doing this? Why is he not doing rehab?
But content creators are the people who create the optics. So if I can change the optics as to what people are seeing, then I'm gonna throw my argument out there to change the optics. But it's the optics are what we tell, and I'm not trying to degrade nobody, but the optics really do come from content creators and fucking ESPN, social media, and all this other shit.
Hey,
so I'm not changing the optics.
Yeah, but peep this, Dirty. You are, know what? You are 100% right on your argument. The optics do come from content creators, but guess what? Max got a podcast. Well, he a content creator too, ain't he? He's creating optics himself.
So what? So let me ask y'all this though. Do you think? And this is a simple yes or no. Don't move the question other than what I'm asking. Do you think that if the podcast was a distraction and the Raiders went to Maxx Crosby, do you think he'll stop doing the podcast?
No.
Yeah, right. Y'all hella poopy.
Bro, did you just not see him tweet out that he gonna do what's best for him? He tired of trying to satisfy other. He just literally said, "I'm tired of trying to please everybody else. I'm gonna."
You don't know what he meant by that. You don't know what he meant. You don't even know.
Exactly. But you don't know if he'll say. You don't know if he'll stop the podcast if the Raiders ask him.
You don't know why I know that.
I have. It's called context clues. I have the right to infer from that statement that if somebody asks. Yeah, I do. You can disagree, but I got the right to make that inference. I absolutely do.
If you made a post and I read into it and I was like, well, it looks like this to me, and I can infer something, right? Then that makes it what it is because I can infer that, even though the person who made it, you don't know you don't know who he was talking about. You don't know the context of what he was talking about. So then you can fill in whatever gap you want to and make it your narrative. That you can do that. You can.
Yeah, you can. When you leave it open to interpretation, you can. When you leave it open to interpretation, you can.
When left open to interpretation, you are allowed to fill in the gaps.
Exactly.
You can fill them in.
You put that out there, bro. Look,
but you can be wrong.
Yo, look. Hey, look.
You can be wrong.
You can't be wrong. Look, peep this.
You can do it, but you can be wrong. Matter of fact, most of the times you're going to be wrong because you don't know the context.
You could be wrong, but guess what? When you leave it open to interpretation, that's your fault. That's his fault. Let's say we all in a room and I'm on and I got a Bluetooth in, but y'all don't know. But I got a hoodie on, so y'all don't know I got a Bluetooth in. And I say, man, I'll slap you right now. I'm dead in your face. I say, I'll slap you right now. You're gonna probably sock me, not knowing I got a Bluetooth on, talking to somebody else on the phone. But that's my fault because the perception is that I'm saying that to you.
Okay,
right?
Then if I slap you, then that's okay.
No, you were wrong. But I left it open to interpretation.
Yeah, and since I interpreted it that way and I slapped you, then I'll be okay because I can interpret it that way, right?
It was my fault to make it clear who I was talking to.
So yes, I could slap you because I
yeah,
interpret that you was talking to me.
Yeah, just like if
Right,
somebody said that to me, I'm gonna slap the shit out of them. If I'm wrong afterwards, I'm like, oh damn, my bad. But if you leave it open to interpretation, that's your fault.
Well, no, because you jumped to a conclusion.
If somebody said I'll knock you the hell out and I sock you, that's your fault for saying it.
My first question is who are you talking to? That's a novel idea, huh?
Look, I'm from South Central, bro. We don't got that kind of time, bro.
You gonna be emotional and jump to a conclusion?
We don't got that kind of time.
Yeah, what you mean we ain't got that much? What kind of time? Like,
look, you better tee off first, bro. You better tee off first. Where I'm from.
Well, I'm from. That don't make sense then, because if you don't jump to a conclusion because you want to feel in your emotion that you were talking to without clarifying it, that sounds real emotional to me.
Maybe so. But what I know is if somebody insult me in my face, I'm teeing off.
Wasn't insulting you. You thought that.
But exactly. But that's the point. The perception is the reality. That's the thank you, Black. Thank you. The perception is the reality. Okay. Yes.
So perception is reality. And the perception from the league is Maxx Crosby is top 4. So why y'all doubting it? The perception is the reality.
Yeah, but the perception for those people. But the perception from the people that did All Pro was that he was at least 7th.
No, we ain't talking about All Pro. We talking about this list. We talking about
that's what we are talking about.
We talking about this list. This list.
We're talking about everything.
The perception is he was 4th. Matter of fact, he was tied with 3rd, and the only reason why Will Anderson got the 3rd nod was
he's got more first place votes.
Top 5 votes. So really, they're right there. So it's really arguable. It's really
not really. If a guy got more higher votes, more people think he's a better player.
They both was the same number, but he just got the nod because he had more top 5
because more people thought he was the better player, correct?
Bro, they had the same number.
More people thought he was the better player, right?
Bro, it's arguable because they're that close. It's the 3 and 4.
Did more people think that Maxx Crosby was the better player, or did more people think that Will Anderson was a better player?
Perception. Well, let's look at Will Anderson's first 3 years and Maxx Crosby's first 3 years.
Let's look at him. I think Will Anderson, I think he had 12 sacks last year, so he probably got like 30, 31 sacks.
So
I think he ain't been double digits every year. I don't think he was double digits his rookie year.
I'm gonna say Will Anderson stats first and Maxx Crosby second. Games played 46 by Will, 49 by Max. Sacks 30 by Will. And you just said he had 12 last year, so he just got them. But whatever, I shouldn't be putting that part in there. But he had 30. And
talk about their rookie years, right? Their first 3 years. Did Max have 12 at any point in his first 3 years?
Bro, okay. Look, he had 30 sacks, and Max had 25 sacks. Total tackles, Will Anderson had 117, Max had 142. Tackles for loss, 46 to 41. QB hits, 68 to 60. Forced fumbles 4 to 5, pass deflection 6 to 12. So I don't. It doesn't matter how y'all want to slice that. Those numbers are comparable with each other. So to sit here and act like that, this Will Anderson guy is light years ahead of Max is not sustainable because not only
I think a lot.
I say light years ahead of him. I said he's clearly better than him.
You're right, but it's not clearly better than him because the numbers are. And not only that, Max get way more double teams than Will Anderson. Sorry, and Will Anderson got way more supporting cast on that.
I mean, at this point in their careers, bro, Will Anderson has more of a chance of a longer, more talent, stat producing
because
career
he's younger.
Max, because Max is older.
He's a better player.
Well, he's on a better defense. Max is likely, and I hope I'm wrong because I'm with you, Black. I appreciate Max, but the likelihood of Max being on the downturn at this point, as much as I hate to say it, is probably more likely than him being able to trend upwards, unlike the other guys who are a lot younger and they're not even in their prime yet, right?
But we can't assume that they're gonna reach a level.
I know. That's why I said the likelihood. That's what I said.
But let's say this though. Let's say Will Anderson, God forbid, got injured and don't even miss significant games, but miss like 4 games at the end of the year because he want to get the surgery or whatever, right? And his numbers drop. And then the following year after that, he tweaks an ankle or whatever, and he missed 3 games or 2 games, not significant games, but missed 2 or 3 games, and then his numbers drop again. Y'all gonna sit here and tell me, well, Will Anderson then fell off. That's what y'all gonna tell me?
You said if he does what?
If Will
he
Anderson, this coming season, if he was to get injured, but at the end of the year, he missed 4 games, not significant games, because for whatever the reasons, the Texans is not in the playoffs. They shut him down. He missed 4 games. His stats are lower because of that, right? So they shut him down. And then the year after that, he has an ankle injury or something like that. He missed 2 or 3 games. And they're not significant games, but he missed 2 or 3 games, right? And his stats go lower. Y'all gonna tell me he trending down now because he had 2 years of injuries when we know that he really have an upside higher than what he's been playing?
No.
Yeah, but it's also part of it is age as well. I mean, Will Anderson is younger than Max, so you know Max is 30 or approaching 30. He's also been injured.
He's turned 28, man. He's not even past his prime yet.
In terms of life, I agree with you there, Black. But he's been in the league for how many seasons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is. He's
turning 29 this year for sure.
So
I know that for sure.
So 7 seasons is old now.
It's a long time in terms of NFL life.
But he's had like 12 surgeries, bro.
No, he had 8 surgeries, 3 major ones, and the other one small little surgery. He had 3. What are you talking about? Do you even know how much the average player have surgeries? Just because they don't tell you guys every surgery that they have.
Yeah.
And the reason why I know that, because I did workers' comp for NFL players, and they get little minor injuries that they get surgeries on. So the main 3 surgeries that he had was on his meniscus, his ankle, and his hand. All the other little 5 of them was small little procedures. Yeah, but you can call them surgeries, though. I mean, going to the dentist is a surgery too, though, technically. So what, we gonna count that too? Like, damn.
I mean, I'm sure he's had dental work. We're not counting that. Did they cut open Max's body and either insert or remove something?
How many significant games did he miss?
Yes.
If I can just get in there for a second, you're talking about his meniscus injury specifically. Just from personal experience, take this for what you will. I used to run daily. I used to be fit as fuck when it comes to cardio until I tore both of mine back in 2019. I was never able to run the way I used to again. In fact, I almost stopped running altogether, period. So I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah,
try the bike. I messed up my knees a couple times too.
Yeah, I do other stuff. It's just in relation to the meniscus injury. I know how debilitating that can be for the long term.
And hasn't he had? I could be wrong. Hasn't he had multiple surgeries on the same knee?
On the yes, he has multiple. I think he has on the same knee.
So they went in there.
So Avocasi, but Black, you're an athlete too. But Avocasi, you're an athlete as well. So both of you guys, or anybody else who's on paddle who was an athlete, you guys will know from experience. Once you have an injury on one side of your body, yes or no, do you not start to compensate on the other side of your body? And couldn't that cause problems down the line?
It could. Yeah, but it also could not.
It raises the likelihood. Yes or no?
It does, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. Like, it doesn't mean that. We won't know the ramification of his surgeries until like 2 years from now. The thing about Maxx
Crosby, and guess what happens in 2 years, Black?
Yeah, he gets his money
in 2 years.
Yeah, you get his money. But
exactly
because what you guys got to understand, in order to bring players in, you got to structure contracts a certain way. No different than we did Kirk Cousins, $130 million. We know that's not a real deal, but they fix numbers so that way they can get players onto the team. But I don't understand it. Like, I just don't get it, because Maxx Crosby really is not at his. Did y'all see him at the summit? You saw him at the summit, right? You seen the video? And Jared Burks, right?
Yeah, doing the drills, whatever.
So what do you think about that?
Doing too much.
I mean, that if his doctor cleared him for that, then I'm good with it. But I think he at this point he shouldn't be doing that stuff. He should be focused 100% on his rehab and his podcast, and obviously his rap career.
Y'all crazy because one moment y'all say that he's supposed to be practicing his craft, and then when he go, but then when he go where all the top pass rushers are and they do drills and everything, he shouldn't be doing that. Like y'all
wasn't practice.
He coming off of surgery, bro. I don't know.
Imagine him fucking ripping the shit live on the
He's coming off of surgery. I don't know. I'm good with that, but like. It's easy to get a non-contact injury in those situations.
He shouldn't even be walking now. Then he should just sit down all the time until.
I've never heard of nobody in there, that's not a senior citizen tearing a meniscus walking. But I guess it could happen. But what I'm saying is that he wasn't fit enough to pass a physical not that long ago. So I would rather him be focusing on rehab. If the doctor cleared him for those activities, I got no problem with it. If the doctor cleared him, said it's okay, then I got no problem.
So he couldn't run around on the field, but he did a podcast. But y'all got a problem with him doing a podcast when he can't practice, right? Y'all had a problem. With
rehab.
Bro, he be spinning shit so much.
Crazy. Ain't nobody spinning it because that's what y'all be saying. Y'all be saying that. Oh, I have a problem with him doing a podcast. He should be practicing.
I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that. I didn't say I have a problem with it. I just said the optics are bad.
Yeah, the optics may be bad, but that's only to the fans. The fans don't dictate nothing.
Oh, goddamn. Well, goddamn, Black. Only to the fans. Don't dictate nothing. They're only bad to the fans.
Yeah, because
smoking weed is only illegal to the police. Like,
no, it's not. No, it's not. But if the Raiders had a problem with it, they would tell him, don't do the podcast.
We don't know if they have it. They traded his ass.
But since you don't know that, then you can't assume
the year
that.
after a dude just got traded for doing a podcast. Literally the year after that.
Because he had the Raiders in the struggle. Because he had the Raiders in the stranglehold, and he made them trade them. That's what y'all was saying last week.
You know what makes me sick? Bro? He gives me the Devontae Adams vibe, and what I mean by that, dude, is what was Devontae Adams doing? Feeding Raider Nation. Yeah, I want to be here. I don't want to go nowhere. What was Maxx Crosby doing? I don't want to play nobody else. I want to play for the Raiders. Blah blah. All while instrumenting a trade behind the scenes, while Raider Nation were just eating out their fucking hands, dude. He snaked all of us. I mean, y'all that believed him. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all that believed him. Now, I never fell for that shit from the beginning, but that's the point I'm trying to make is. That fool's gonna sit here and just tell you guys what you want to hear.
No, you don't understand the business.
He's good at telling you what you want to hear, bro. He talks a slick game, and y'all fall for it, bro.
Yeah, just like y'all fall for AOC, got a chance to start this year.
Why is every podcast arguing?
Because I fucking want to.
AOC
I never said Ain't No Counter has a chance to start.
Every time you because you hate on Maxx Crosby every chance you get. That's why.
I don't think Ain't No Counter has a chance to start, but I do think Ain't No Counter will play well in training camp.
Remember Baby Kurt Warner? Remember that one?
Baby Kurt Warner, yes. I remember vividly. Baby Kurt. Oh, my God. Anyway, yeah, but I don't think Ain't No Counter starting. But I think Ain't No Counter thus far has performed the best of the quarterbacks. I think he'll probably be the best quarterback through most of training camp. I still think Kirk Cousins is locked in as a starter. I don't want Mendoza touching the field this year. If I had anything to do with it, you let him sit all 17. I wouldn't even make him second string. He'll be a third string emergency quarterback.
I can see that. I can see that being a real thing. But with that being said, that doesn't mean Aiden O'Connell is the second best quarterback on our team.
He's performing right now. He's performing better than the other two quarterbacks. That remains to be seen. Will that continue during training camp? That remains to be seen. But right now,
he always play good until they start hitting.
Yeah,
until they start hitting.
That's exactly why I made the comment last night that non-contact jersey Aiden O'Connell is legendary. Yes. He got that red jersey on. You can't fuck with him.
Yeah,
he untouchable. He the man out. He MVP level. But as soon as you get hit him, it's a different story.
Aiden O'Connell is who we drafted him to be, a good enough backup who can win some games and nothing more than that. Anybody who pretends that he's more than that, I don't know what you're smoking, man.
He's a great locker room guy, and that's part of the reason why I would have him at second string, because he has experience playing that role, coming in as a second guy, having to win games. He understands that, so that's why I would put him as the backup.
Don't understand that.
As a fifth, what was he? Was he a fifth? Was he a fifth round guy?
I think it was fourth. I think I want to say it was
fourth or fifth, whatever
right.
it is. Fourth or fifth round quarterback that's still on our roster, who's a serviceable enough backup. That for me is a win, but he's no more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
But he just
exactly
sat
in his
there and
role.
told everybody. He just told everybody he want to be a starter.
Every NFL player wants to be a starter at some point.
Wants to be a starter.
Yeah, but you don't say it. You don't.
You do say it, bro.
No, you don't.
What the hell?
So how come he ain't said it all the other years? Then he want to be a starter on a team that they just brought in 2 quarterbacks above him.
He said it every year.
A clip of him the other day.
Come on, man. So he wants to be a starter.
He said it every year.
Whether it be here or
What
anywhere
kind of
else.
player don't want to be a starter?
Did he say? Oh no! Time out, Black. Time out. The blow the whistle. Flag on the play. Did Aiden O'Connell say here or anywhere else? Did those words came out of his mouth?
What? No, actually, Kirk Cousins said that. Actually, Kirk Cousins said that. But what he did say, I want to be a starter in this league. He didn't say on this team. He said in this league.
Or the Raiders are in the league, right?
So y'all know he auditioning for 31 other teams, but y'all want to be blind to that. You know that.
But I think he's a free agent after this year, so there's no guarantee the Raiders bring him back.
He's off his rookie contract.
Yeah, so blame him for saying it. But let's not act like that he's sitting up there like, well, I know my role, and my role is to be the backup to either one of these quarterbacks. That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
No.
What he's
right now,
I'm about to be a free agent, and I want y'all to look at my tape and please buy my demo. That's what he's saying.
Right now is not the time for him to be saying, I know my role, I'm going to be the backup. When the final depth chart is released, that's when it's the time. Right now, according to Kubiak, it's an open competition. So his job is not to, I'm going to be a backup, let me stay in my role, let me placate these other guys. His role is to go out there and try to bust their ass every single practice.
Mendoza doing it. Mendoza doing it. He doing it
because Mendoza been cheeks. He know. Mendoza been cheeks out there.
Mendoza ain't coming in there saying Mendoza not coming there.
Mendoza been cheeks out there, bro. Mendoza been cheeks every practice.
Mendoza didn't come in there saying, well, I'm the franchise and I feel like I can start year one because I'm picking it up.
Didn't say that.
Hold on, I didn't say. Let me finish. He didn't say I should be a starter. He didn't say I should be a starter. What he said is I'm gonna work from the bottom. And I'm going to learn how to work my way to the top because he understands his role, just like Kirk Cousins understands his role. Kirk Cousins knows he's about to start because his role coming in was to be a bridge quarterback. And so people seem to think that Aiden O'Connell has his fair chance. I don't care if Aiden O'Connell throws 6 touchdowns and 500 yards in preseason. He is not starting game 1.
No,
because
he's not.
That's not his role.
I don't think he is, but his job is not to accept a backup role until they give it to him. Right now, his job is to compete like he's a starter, and through the week, his job is to compete, just to prepare like he's going to be the starter. If you're not competing like you want to be the starter, if you're not preparing like you're going to be the starter, get the fuck off of my team.
Like that.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if somebody look Mendoza in his face and ask him, "Do you want to be a starter?" and he say, "Well, not right now. I want to work my way for the bottom." Get this bum ass androgynous motherfucker off my team. Get him off my team.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about how you prepare. I'm talking about the reality of what's the situation. The reality of the situation is Aiden O'Connell is not going to start. I don't care what kind of competition y'all think this is.
His job is to go out there and try to win the starting job. If you're not trying to win the starting job, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm not talking about trying. Stop saying that. I understand. Even when you're the backup, you're supposed to prepare like you're going to start. I understand that. I get that.
What are you talking
about? What I'm saying. Well, listen. The reality is, I don't care how he prepares. He is not the number 1 quarterback, and he's not the number 2 quarterback. The reality is he's a backup. That's the reality.
But his job is not to act like he's a backup.
I didn't say that's his job to act like a backup, but what I'm saying is his role is to be a backup, and
we all understand that. That's been established. That's been established.
That's a hint.
That's been Of course, but that's my bro. That we keep going back to this. Of course, his job is not to say I'm a backup. That's not his job.
His job is not to say nothing.
If somebody asks a player if they want to be a starter, their job is to be like yes, and they're supposed to go out there and work like they want to be a starter.
That's not the job. That's not all he said. That's not all he said. As in, like, I prepare to be the starter every week because anything. That's not what he was saying, man. He was essentially saying, like, look, check this out. I want to be a starter in this league, and I want to be a starter. And we know he's not going to start here. So where else is he talking?
We don't know, but he doesn't even know if he's going to be here after this year. So of course, his job is to do the best he can while he's the Raider right now, and then he has no control over whether the Raiders bring him back or not. So if he wants to be a starter, he has to play and prepare like he's a starter, and hopefully another team gives him a chance.
The only way and how that he's going to be on this roster next season is if by somehow he's playing and if by somehow he's winning. Because there's no other way, no why that we're going to keep him after his rookie contract. He's probably going to want to go somewhere else where he's going to get a better opportunity, and that's just how I feel.
Yo, Jeff, I see, man. Jeff, you felt the same way when I was on there with you and Jason, bro. Y'all was just chilling. But yeah, Black, we're saying the same thing, bro. You're just saying it in a different way. I understand Aiden O'Connell is not going to be a starter. I understand he's not. I don't want him to be the starter on this team. I understand Kirk Cousins is going to be the starter, and the future is Fernando Mendoza. But Aiden O'Connell's job is not to be resigned to a backup role. He's supposed to stay working like he wants to be a starter. That's how you continue to push yourself and get better and push the guys in front of you. If you resting on your laurels, then they can slack. And then if you're slacking, then you're not pushing them. You got to push the guys in front of you. And the only way to push the guys in front of you is to be attacking for their job.
Okay.
And that's why we've been so fucked up as a franchise, because we didn't have no dogs behind Derek Carr. We had a bunch of pussies because we didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable. And the second we get a dog behind him in Mariota, guess what? Then we go to fucking that's playoffs, right?
And those are the dog. I mean, Mariota's a dog.
He was a number 2 overall pick. Number 2 overall pick. I mean, he was a legitimate threat. That's why. Remember when Derek Carr hurt his groin, and Mariota got one snap, and he didn't even let Mariota finish the game. He ran his ass back out there because he didn't want to even take a chance that Mariota could fuck around and play good, and then it'd be a controversy.
That's hella funny.
Because he's the starter. That's what starters are supposed to do.
Conversation about Derek, bro. How it's funny. Like Derek Carr's best years is when he had an actual starting caliber quarterback behind him, bro. But because they didn't want to make Derek Carr uncomfortable, they kept a bunch of bums behind him. You know what I'm saying?
How many
and remember, hold on, because I haven't talked in a second, bro. Remember they were Maxx Crosby even said they were telling the defense to not intercept Derek Carr in practice, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
They do everybody like that. They do every quarterback like that. So stop.
I've never heard that before, bro.
Whatever, man. I just heard Maxx Crosby today talking about how he do all the quarterbacks like that. How he did Geno Smith like that.
Yeah.
I wish they wouldn't have did Geno like that. I wish they wouldn't
go out and be like, "Oh, don't pick off our quarterback because we don't want to hurt his feelings the way."
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. How many training camps have you been in, bro?
No, Max's issue is that remember they be yelling at Maxx because he hits the quarterback too much.
Bro,
remember Maxx was telling a story about Matthew Butler when Matthew Butler was a rookie, and he was saying how like Matthew Butler did the same thing. And like the coaches was like down his store, like, what are you doing? Well, you don't touch the quarterback, got red jersey. And Maxx was like, yeah, man, good shit, bro. Good shit. That's what we do. Like, fuck, you know, that's how Maxx does it. Maxx goes overboard.
Do you know why he does that? Do you know why he does it? Because he explained why he does it.
Yeah, his motor's on 10 at all times.
No, so this is the reason why he said he does that. He does that because if the O-line doesn't protect the quarterback, he knows what kind of O-lineman that he had. He also knows the temperature and the pulse of the team based on how they respond to that. So just like even he'll do it in the game to like an opposing player. If you hit the quarterback, right, and none of the O-linemen take up for him, then you know you have their team. It's a psychological game. But see, y'all look at it as some game that he's playing just because he's a diva and he wants to
That's
he
not
want
what
to make the
nobody said
quarterback
that.
look good. Maybe
No.
you didn't say that. Maybe you didn't say that. But there's people that say that. So
But
I'm just saying
yeah.
he's not the reason why is not because he just want to try to show up the quarterback. He's doing that for a reason, and that's what top tier players do, things like that. That's how you get the best out of your players, not making excuses and crying every time something don't look right because the optics ain't there. Like, that's crazy to me. It's crazy.
Yeah. So guys should be going out there, going 100% like they want to start, right? Like ain't no counter, right? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, no, I'm saying Aiden O'Connell should prepare like a starter. Yes, I don't care if you're the third string, the fourth string, the 12th string. You're supposed to prepare like the starter. But I know one thing: that 12th string quarterback ain't about to tell his family to come to the game because they know he ain't about to play. Because that's the reality of it. I don't care how he prepared all week long. His family ain't at the game.
We family, you on the team, I want tickets, nigga. I don't care if you play.
Exactly, bro. I'm getting. I don't give a damn if I'm the long snapper, bro.
You think Aiden O'Connell parents come to every game?
Not every game, no.
Sorry, Black.
They was because they don't want to see this nigga get airlifted.
Ain't no O'Connell parents still work a job, from what I remember.
They came to the game and he got airlifted off the goddamn field, bro.
For hang now.
Yeah, ain't no O'Connell parents still have jobs from what I remember him saying. Like they still work like regular jobs.
Did someone just cut your lights, Black?
He would go. What did you say?
Sorry, did someone just cut your lights? I saw your lights are kind of flickering and now you're off camera.
Yeah, the police came in.
Sorry, man.
No, my camera, I got to reset the camera. But I bet you if Aiden O'Connell was the starter for the Raiders week 1, his parents will be there.
For week 1, yeah, for sure.
They will be there damn near all the home games.
They're not going to be there every home game, bro.
Everybody got PTO.
Kirk Cousins' parents ain't showing up every home game, bro. Come on.
He's only been in the league for 15 years. I bet you they was there the first years.
I doubt it because RG3 was starting.
Kirk Cousins' parents was like, hey.
No, the first years he was starting, I bet you his family was there. Come on, man. Let's keep it.
Possibly, I don't know. He's from Michigan, so I don't know I don't know how far of a trek that is to go to Washington. And now his parents live in Florida now, so I don't know how long they've been living in Florida, but they live in Florida now, so I don't know how consistent that was. But this is what we're going off on a tangent. I don't give a fuck if ain't no O'Connell parents is at church. If they going to mass, if they going to Jehovah, they going to the Kingdom Hall. I don't give a damn. All right, he ain't starting.
The point is this: that he knows he's not starting. So I don't care how he prepares week in and week out, which he should supposed to prepare like a starter. But the reality is, he knows the reality is that he's not the starter.
No, he's not gonna start, bro. Like, how do you
bro? How you say?
No, you don't know.
How do you know Kirk Cousins ain't going
because Clint Kubiak said it. That's why. Clint Kubiak said it. That's why.
Of Raiders' future, like I don't know.
Clint Kubiak said it. That's why.
Black one ain't no O'Connell parents that have season tickets and never show up to the game just in case ain't no O'Connell start.
Yeah, they should. They should.
They want to have season tickets and not show up at all.
You don't know how to. Clint Kubiak said it. That's why. That's how I know.
He didn't.
It's because y'all don't listen to what he's saying.
What did he say?
Plans changed. I don't think he said Kirk Cousins is the starter. I don't think he named
all
anybody.
Right, whatever. He said Aiden O'Connell was the starter. That's what he said.
Can I ask just one thing in regards to Aiden O'Connell? Because I think that we all agree here. Is there anybody on this panel that sees differently to what I said before, that Aiden O'Connell is at least who we drafted him to be? A serviceable enough backup who can come in a pinch and win some games, but nothing more than that. Does anyone
agree
think
100%?
No,
I agree 100%.
Drafted to be. I would just make the argument that he would, in my opinion, he's kind of surpassed my expectations, bro. I didn't think he'd come in and win as many games as he had in limited snaps with as many different offensive play callers and coaches. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect him to come in and break the record against the San Diego Chargers, LA, whatever. I don't care what excuses you make. Why it happened. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect him to come in and have a winning record against Kansas City or right damn near at 500. I didn't expect none of that shit. So now I hate him. You know what I'm saying? I respect and I think he's overcome what I expected him to be, bro.
Respectfully,
I don't think any
AR,
of us expected any of that, bro. And we all probably thought he was going to be like Afakasi said, a backup, never going to get a shot. He's going to sit back there type shit. And he's overcome it. What up,
Respectfully, I cannot answer your question because I haven't seen enough from him. I don't know what he is. I don't. And that's just being honest. I don't know what he is. I don't know if he's a starter. I don't know if he's a backup. All I know right now is he is a guy who does not fucking play. For whatever reason it is, he doesn't touch the field. So,
injury prone.
Hey, Mo.
What, like I said, Black, whatever it is, I don't know. It could be a multitude of reasons. All I know is I ain't seen enough from him to say he's a fucking backup or a starter. All I know is he's a player in the NFL, and right now, from the looks of it, you don't deserve to be there.
Sorry, Black. Did you say you disagreed with what I?
You don't think he deserves to be in the league?
No, I was asking Black.
Something else because I haven't seen anything that says you do deserve to be there.
Bro, his rookie year, he balled out. He was one of the better rookie quarterbacks.
Dude, Aiden O'Connell got Antonio Pierce the job.
Balled out their first year.
Aiden O'Connell got Antonio Pierce the job. Like, I don't.
Colin Kaepernick balled out his first year on the field too. What we saying?
Yeah, I think Aiden O'Connell belongs in the league, but he's not a starter in the league. I think he's like AR said. I think he's a backup.
That's what I asked. That's what I asked. Does anybody
tell you that?
What about you, Black? Did you say you disagreed? That do you think he's more than just being a capable backup?
No, he's what he is right now, an emergency quarterback, scout team quarterback. That's what he is.
Okay. All right, I got you.
That would be my assessment because I haven't seen anything else. I haven't. Like, you give him credit for wins against Kansas City, but all he did was hand the ball off.
So by the sound of it, nobody thinks he can be more.
No.
I would like him to be more. I would like for him to be more.
I do. I think given the opportunity in the right situation, like Severe said, bro, when he's the red jersey quarterback, he's fucking MVP. I feel like if you can protect that kid, I think he's got the intangibles and the football IQ and the brain to win games. I do. I don't think he's I think what really hurts him, dude, is he's unathletic, but he's unathletic on a whole nother level of unathleticism, dude. Like there's immobile quarterbacks, and then there's Aiden O'Connell. Like he's on step, like he can't move. I've made the comparison. He's like Bambi on ice. He's like a baby giraffe when they're being born, bro. Like their legs are all fucked up when they try to run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think
that. You think he's gonna survive a year like that, though? You think he could survive a year like that?
Just move just a little bit, bro. If he
gonna get hit, bro.
Down by 300-pound defensive tackles, I think he probably would have a chance to be a starter.
He's gonna get hit.
You can also say this: there's a difference between an extra large Pepsi and a liter of cola. Like there's. What
said AOC.
Come on, Shasta. you ever drink an RC cola dirty? I want a liter cola. All right.
Hey, so if your quarterback throw for 60 yards and y'all beat the Chiefs with 5 field goals, you gonna say the quarterback is him? You gonna sign him because of that? Oh, he beat him again and threw for 120 yards. But y'all seem to think he didn't throw no interception, no touchdowns in them games, but just 189 yards in 2 games, and y'all want to sit there and say he beat the Chiefs? Mic drop. Like, no, come on, let's be real.
Nah, there are people that say that, but no, the defense and the running game beat the Chiefs. We have 2 defensive scorers. You know, like Aiden O'Connell, he didn't. If I recall, he didn't turn the ball over. He was basically just a caretaker in that game.
Well, I could have handed the ball off like that and threw for 60 yards. Like, come on, man.
Look, I fully agree with what was just on the screen. You know what I mean? AOC's best shot at being a starting quarterback was when we had Gardner Minshew, and we were forced to start Gardner Minshew.
And then Antonio Pierce.
That was his opportunity to prove what he was all about.
Antonio Pierce thought it was a good idea to give Gardner Minshew the starting quarterback job. And thank you, Gardner Minshew, so much for helping, Brock Bowers break the record and be the player he was rookie season. But all that to the side, You chose to go with Gardner Minshew over a guy that literally got you the job. Like Aiden O'Connell got him that job. You know
He
what I'm
didn't
saying?
choose that. He said it multiple times. That wasn't his choice.
That's all hearsay, bro. I mean,
It's not hearsay when the man says, I was forced to do this.
Hey,
that's not hearsay.
Hey, did Aiden O'Connell play that year still, though?
He did.
He play that year? And what was his record?
Aiden O'Connell got the start versus the Rams, and he got hurt that same game. I think he hurt his hand on the helmet.
And what was his record that year since he didn't
Carted
have
off for a hangnail?
He went 2-5.
He was carted off for a hangnail.
He went 2-5.
We were playing that. We were playing that dude. We were playing that dude that was doing DoorDash. That played for the Bearcats for Cincinnati. I forget his name.
That boy that y'all say he didn't have a chance. He went 2-5.
Desmond Ritter. He was from Atlanta. Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. From the Atlanta Falcons.
Josh McDaniels lost to a high school coach.
No, that was Antonio Pierce that lost to the high school coach, bro.
No, it wasn't.
Was it Josh
it was Josh McDaniels. He lost to old boy. But it was the center from the coast. I forget his name.
Jeff Saturday.
Jeff Saturday, yeah. Jeff Saturday, man. He's been in the league for a long time. He was a center in the league for a long time. He knows the game.
He was a high school coach, not even the head coach.
But he knows the game.
He's Peyton Manning center. Like
Jeff Saturday knows. Yeah, Jeff Saturday knows the game, bro. You can't play in that offense with Peyton and not know the game.
I don't care. He coached 3 games in his whole career.
I mean, it's like when Baker Mayfield came out on like 24 hours in the playbook with the Rams and beat our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but let me ask you this though. Who was the quarterback for those games? Oh, that'll be quiet. That'll be quiet.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So what's the point?
You said Gardner Minshew?
Didn't your boy go 2-5 that year? Didn't Aiden O'Connell go 2-5? That means he started 7 games, but y'all saying he didn't have a chance. He went 2-5.
I say O'Connell didn't have a chance.
And he got injured. He got injured, right? And then even if that was a bad year, right? He had a chance in training camp the following year, and guess what? What happened? He got hurt. So what I'm trying to say, y'all talking about trending down with Maxx Crosby. What is LC doing? He definitely not trending up.
Aiden O'Connell's he's a backup in the league, but I think everybody but Ben is agreeing with that.
Okay.
I think nobody's saying he's like on the cusp of being, like the next the Kurt Warner or some shit. He is what he is. He was a solid pick. He served his purpose.
Yeah, I agree with that.
No,
no, because I'm not. Because see, you're defending it, and Ben is the one saying that. And it ain't even, and what I'm saying ain't even towards Ben really, because there is a section of the nation that keeps saying that he's not getting the right shot, and all the stars didn't line up, and the girl didn't wink at him first, so he knew it was good, and all this stuff. So I'm just saying he's had ample chances. Like I would never consider a quarterback to be my number 1 quarterback, and I don't even know if he can play a whole season or at least 14 games out of the season.
In some terrible situations, bro. Now he's finally got coaching, and I'm just saying, I don't know.
No,
I don't think there's value there. There's value there to just throw him away and not treat him like he's not a Raider though. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy.
No, we need to get a draft pick for him. That's why we're gonna trade him.
Yeah, I'm with
it's
you.
I'm
all about that. Yeah, I'll take a 3rd, 4th, 5th.
I don't think nobody gonna give him a draft capital for him right now, unless there's an injury.
Yeah, preseason got to ball out. We got to feature him in preseason.
Right.
Yeah, unless there's an injury, I don't see nobody making that kind of choice. Especially, I think it's still some other guys sitting out there too that are unsigned.
Yeah, that's my guy on 6. You already know what time it is.
What the heck is going on? What you
got
call him?
a horror movie going over there, bro. The Candyman about to appear.
Hey, shout out to On Six, man. He said, "What up, Ben? AR panel chat. Fuck Dustin, Ozzy Cortez, Sultan." He said, "Raiders can't wait for week 1, and then week 2 we going back to back with the Afakazi. Like rock,
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Much love, dog.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, at the end of the day, bro. Like I said before, regardless of whatever one of these quarterbacks wins, I want the whoever gives us the best opportunity to win, football games. Like I don't, as much as I like Aiden, and I like certain players, bro. At the end of the day, I put winning above anything else, bro. You feel me? Like I don't really care. I feel like it's not about the name on the back of the jersey. It's about the shield that's on the collar, the shoulder on the shoulder, or whatever. You feel me? Like, so I just got to see. I just want to see the Raiders get better. That's why I don't have super high expectations this year, because I feel like this is an extremely top-heavy roster. I don't think there's a ton of depth on this team, especially a lot of crucial positions. Like linebacker, corner. There's a couple of them that's like we lose a dude, it might be bad. A couple offensive linemen, but whatever, So as long as whoever is the quarterback and we're winning football games, I think we'll all agree that we'll be happy. You feel me? Have a great night, A-Bomb. Thanks for coming by, bro.
Thanks.
That's just my mindset. I only have emotional attachment to one player on this team, and that's Brock Bowers. Good damn it. The rest of these motherfuckers, I don't give a fuck about, to be honest. I just want to win the game.
It'd be foolish to expect us to be winning more than what would show. At least winning for progress would be. I think the bare minimum expectation. Well, for me personally, do I think that they're going to make playoffs or Super Bowl? No, I don't. But if we can make progress and build from there, lay the foundation at the very least this season, then that for me will be a win.
Agreed. I mean, I don't see us winning a lot of games, to be honest with you. So
just show progress, and enough to show us belief that we can get to where we can be.
I got us winning 4 games.
Oh yeah, you tripping. But let's just say, for example,
you're right with me, bro. I said we gonna be between like 3
I've been talking about y'all since the off season. The 4-win club. Hey, but check this out though. Let me ask you this though, because that's fair. That's your opinion, so that's cool. Let me ask you this: so if Kirk Cousins comes in and win 8 games, do we play him next year too?
Hell no.
Nah.
It's Alex Smith's situation. It's Alex Smith passing off to Patrick Mahomes. Alex Smith started 15 games that year. I think Pat Mahomes started week 16, and then they went into the playoffs. I think they had a first week bye. Then they lost in the second round, I believe. And then Alex Smith was gone, and it was Patrick Mahomes' time. It's going to be the same situation here. Like, we ain't winning that many games though.
If Cousins, if we do win 8 games and Cousins is doing his thing, and the reason why we fell off and didn't win more than say 8 games is because the defense wasn't doing their thing, then as much as I'm a Mendoza guy, then yeah, you got to go with the winning hand, right?
You think? Because we ain't gonna win no more than 6 games with Mendoza his first year. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, I honestly don't see that happening. I think no matter. Unless Kirk Cousins go out there and does something incredible, I don't see the Raiders bringing him back, especially the way that contract is structured. They got that out. Yeah, they got that out. So if they don't get him off the roster, I think by the first week of the new league year, then
March.
Yep. That money kicks in. They're not about to do that. So
no, but
the only way he's keeping his money is if we're winning.
No, they'll decline the team option, and then they'll restructure the contract. And if he don't take the restructured contract, then we release him.
Yeah, but I don't even think I don't even think that's the situation. I just think we just let him go. I think we just cut him. I just think we just cut him.
The situation.
I think
we got a team option on his contract. It's structured like that, so we can restructure it if we were to bring him back a second year. That's how Spytek put it.
Yeah, but why would he accept that though? He signed a 5-year deal. He signed a 5-year deal, right?
Those are just the numbers.
Exactly.
That's just how you get players on the roster.
Exactly.
Under the cap and everything. And so but they have a team option for next year. So they come in and he's due like 30 million or whatever, 20 million, whatever the number is. The team is going to decline the option, and then they restructure the contract, or they can give him an extension whatever, but they're gonna massage the numbers. So the contract is not really the issue because
if the team declines the option, he's off the roster automatically.
Right.
And then they can renegotiate the contract, and
they'd have to sign him to a new. They'd have to sign him to a new contract.
No, they don't.
If they decline the option, yeah, he's off the roster.
Right, and then they go back into negotiations and they restructure with a new contract.
Once you decline the option, he's gone. You're ending the.
No, it's not, bro. You can decline the team option. You still can negotiate a contract, and then they'll give them another 5-year, $180 million contract, which we know ain't really the contract. That's just the contract on the paper. Because just like this year contract, it's really a 1-year, $11 million deal that we got with him.
If you decline the option, if he signed through this year, and then the rest after this year, it's a team option. If they decline the option, he's gone.
No, he's not. They can restructure the contract.
You have to do that before you decline the option.
No,
you can't decline the option and then.
No, you decline the option first.
If you decline the option, he's off the team.
You got to terminate the old contract first.
Bro,
and you do that by declining the team option. Just look it up, man.
My brother.
I think that's if the player does it.
That is if the player does it.
If the player doesn't have a contract with the team, he's not on the team.
No, I know that, but he can renegotiate the contract.
Whichever player can decline he can decline the option, and that
terminates the contract. That terminates the contract.
That would send them back to the table to renegotiate. Now
that sends them back to free agency. He's a veteran player. He's a vested veteran player. If he doesn't have a contract, he's a free agent.
If he wants to come back to the Raiders, then they got to come up with a new number.
They come with a completely new contract. The old contract will be done for.
Yes. Whichever way it works, whichever way, whether you're right, Black, or Severe, you're right.
Look it up.
Whichever way it works, the contract as it stands right now, like the way I see it, the only way he's going to see that big money that he would be paid next season, and maybe the season after that, is if he's starting, winning, and winning a lot. Because if he ain't, then he's not going to see that big money, right?
He's not going to see the money at all, period, because they structured the contract like that so they can get him into the building the way they did. And if they want to keep him another year, they're going to decline the team option. He becomes a free agent. They don't leave the table, and they say, give me another $20 million, and they give him another $20 million, and get guaranteed money, and then the rest of the contract could be for 5 years, 20 years, 1,000 years. It don't matter. He's not going to see any of it because he really ain't going to play past the next year for sure if he comes back a second year. It's just a contract. That's it.
Yeah, if they decline the option, he's not on the team, bro. That's what that terminates the contract.
I get that, but he doesn't have to leave the table. They can give him a new contract at that point.
That's what I said, and you said no.
No, I didn't, bro. No, you're saying he's a free agent and he walks away, and that's it. And that's not true because they restructure the contract. Or he
would go to free agency, and they'd have to sign him again like he was a free agent.
Okay.
All right, gang. On that note, I got to get going. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on, Ben.
Man. Take it easy, brother.
Yeah, and Black, always a pleasure. All right, everyone in the chat. Peace. Catch you on the next one.
They are.
Quick recap.
I'm just saying, he can play next year. He can play the following year and not get none of that money that he's on the contract for now, and he can still come back to the Raiders at a lower rate than what the contract says right now. That's all it boils down to. That's it.
Well, I don't think he's coming back.
I doubt he's coming back either.
Unless he wins 9 games. He wins 9 games and he takes his team to the playoffs. He comes back. That's the only way. And that would also have to mean that Fernando Mendoza never saw the field. Right? I think that's the only way.
Yeah, because ain't the option over the next 2 years expensive, right? Ain't that option like 40-something million or something like that?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it gets extremely. It gets
bro.
Next year.
They're not about to pick that up, bro.
No, the team is going to decline the option. Yes,
they're going to decline the quarterback if he's not winning. Regardless, they're going to decline the quarterback if he's not winning.
Yeah, I mean, if he does win, I really don't think they'll bring him back. I mean, you only get so much You only get so many years of a rookie on a rookie contract like that. And so unless you have a guy unless you got like a Brett Favre or Aaron Rodgers or a guy like that that's still playing football at a high level, you don't keep that guy sitting down while in his formative years, while you got an opportunity to kind of build a winning franchise with a cheap quarterback in place. Like that's the whole benefit of drafting a rookie quarterback, because you get those early years before those 4 years rather, before they usually sign them to an extension after their 4th year. An extension usually doesn't even kick in until after their 5th year because they usually backload it. But you get those early years to kind of say, okay, we're going to build a roster around this young talent and be able to overpay these other guys because we're not paying the quarterback $50-60 million a year.
No, and you're right. That's the thing, and I agree. Like, if you ain't got like a Hall of Famer quarterback that's sitting in front of a guy that's on a rookie contract, those rookie contract years, bro, those are the years you're trying to take advantage of and win a Super Bowl, invest heavy in the team. So, yeah, so even like you said, even if he balls out next year, I still think the Raiders have to move on, unless it's like, oh, the Raiders won a Super Bowl type shit, which ain't gonna happen.
No, all he has to do is win one playoff game.
Still, bro, like you can't like I agree, you can't be wasting valuable years of a young rookie's contract, because that's one of the main reasons why you draft a quarterback, is so you can get him on a cheap ass deal to build it.
Yeah. People mad about him not starting this year. You think they're gonna sit back for another? I mean, maybe I guess if Kirk is winning, they might just bite the bullet, but then it's gonna be the conversation about, we wasted a draft pick. You should have just rolled with Kirk the whole time, man.
We ain't even gonna revisit that. I said that when we picked him. Here's my thing. Here's my thing. If Kirk Cousins wins one playoff game, I'm telling you, they bringing his ass back. I don't give a shit what Raider Nation feels or wants or thinks they deserve. If he wins a playoff game, they're gonna bring his ass fucking back.
I can see that.
They might renegotiate the money, but they're gonna bring his ass back. I guarantee you that. Why? Because Raider Nation gonna be up in arms about letting a one-win playoff game quarterback fucking go. Because you gonna let him go? He was better than Derek Carr. He won a fucking playoff game.
True. That's true, bro. Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
They're gonna bring his ass back. They don't give a fuck what the contract states or how much you owe him. You gonna pay him that amount of money, and it's stupid. You should have never even. He's not even deserving of that amount of money, bro.
Building backwards.
Bro, them Aaron Rodgers type numbers, bro. Them Tom Brady type numbers, bro. Like them Peyton Manning type numbers, bro. Them ain't fucking Kirk Cousins type numbers.
Yeah, they're not. I don't think they'd bring him in at $40+ million a year.
But you have to if he wins a playoff game. You have to
do nothing.
You don't, but they do.
And they don't have to neither. Sure.
Yeah, they do.
They do. Satisfy the fans.
No,
you said they're not Kirk Cousins type numbers. You must have forgot how Kirk Cousins get down when it comes to contracts, brother. He can right. I think he's top 10 all time in terms of earnings.
I tell these fools that they don't listen. They don't listen. I've been telling them that.
He's number 3 all time for a quarterback that don't have numbers that prove number 3 paid all time. It don't prove it. So there's only 2 quarterbacks that paid more than him. That's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
That just means he got.
Tom Brady played for like 20 years, so that's part of the reason.
All part of the reason why this shouldn't even be
Tom
in the conversation.
Brady played on a lot of cheap ass contracts.
All part of why he shouldn't even be in the conversation, bro. What has he done? Honestly, what has he done for that money, bro? Does he have any Super Bowl wins? And it's not to say that the man can't play quarterback, but I'm just saying. You know, when he's gotten all them contracts when teams were in need of a quarterback and there was nothing else available.
Yeah.
Just like we did.
Yeah, man.
We needed a quarterback. We needed a quarterback, but there was nothing else available. So they say. I would have rather told you. I would have rather went with DC. I would have rather went with DC. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if BC. Man, I don't think BC was coming back. But I mean,
He wasn't
as the
coming
old
back
saying
because we ain't
goes,
Super Bowl contenders. That's why he ain't coming back. He
oh,
told us
so
no. He's like,
yes,
no.
so he wasn't an option. But like, I mean, like the old saying goes, man. You know, you're worth what you can negotiate. So if
Yeah.
so then like numbers be damned, wins, losses be damned. What am I worth? I'm worth what I can get on the open market. So, you know, like I look at, I see Pokemon cards going for thousands of dollars. It's a piece of cardboard to me, but some people were willing to pay $1,000 for it. If you can jank somebody out of that $1,000, get it.
I will say this: if any of my kids go pro in anything, I am looking for the agent that fucking Kirk Cousins has, bro. I am looking for that dude. Hey, I need you, bro. You got Kirk Cousins paid, bro. I know you can work some magic. I know you are fucking abracadabra out this bitch, bro.
It didn't have nothing to do with the 4,000 yard seasons he had. It didn't have nothing to do with it.
Bro, can you honestly tell me he deserves $43 million a year?
Bro, I'm just saying. I'm just asking. You don't think that has something to do with it?
I don't think it has anything to do with it when you 3 years removed from it.
Oh my god!
I think the well's dry.
2 years.
2 years,
hurt
3
2
years,
years in a
whatever.
row.
He ain't did it in 3 years.
1 year in a row.
This year 3. He ain't did it in 3 years.
Wait, you mean 2 years? Because they ain't even played this year yet.
He ain't did it yet either. And this year 3. This is year 3, and he ain't did shit yet. I'm just saying the season just started.
We're gonna count this year
give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance, Black. You know, I give everybody 7 weeks. I give everybody 7 weeks. I know what type of player you are. I know what type of coach you are in the first 7 fucking weeks. I know what you are. I can see it. It ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change in week 8. It ain't gonna change in week 9. It ain't gonna change. You are who you are. I can see that in 7 weeks. I can see you a player that don't put in no work. I can see that you a player that do put in work. I can see all that shit. I can see if you're a coach with no control. I can see you a coach with some control. I can see all that shit.
I mean, I like Kirk Cousins, Raiders Rebel. My only issue is that he's just it's all relying on if he can stay healthy or not, and you know, barring history tends to predict the future sometimes, bro. And if that's the case, he's prone to be injured, bro. You know, and that's why I feel like the Raiders are going to go in this year. They're going to go in they're going to let Kirk Cousins go in there until the offensive line's figured out. They're going to let him be the one that's going to take all the lumps and shit, and eventually he's going to get hurt. And then Fernando Mendoza's going to come in, and that's how his career is going to go.
Really?
He said Kirk Cousins. No, my bad.
His numbers close to Aaron Rodgers.
Like
Really?
Going to happen.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins does have good statistics. I want to say he's like
a quarterback. I just said
yeah.
Move from that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like his numbers don't tell the whole story what he is. Because if you just look at strictly at his numbers, you'll think, oh man, this dude is he a dog. He one of the best to do it. But you know, some of his numbers are inflated, and then he's you know, he's never. I think he's only won one playoff game his entire career, if I recall correctly. So it's one of the situations where the numbers are a bit deceiving. But just looking at a stat sheet, he has good numbers.
He's terrible in prime time. At least we ain't got no prime time games this year. Maybe he'll fry some shit.
I mean, that's the first thing I said when I saw the schedule come out. I'm like, oh man, Kirk Cousins must be doing backflips right now.
Yeah,
well,
bro.
Clint Kubiak ain't never beat the Chiefs. So what does that mean?
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying. That doesn't mean shit. I'm just saying. It's just, you know, when people think about Kirk Cousins, they're like, oh, he can't. He's one of the few better quarterbacks, consistent quarterbacks over the last few years that's put up great numbers, but struggles in primetime. And now he comes to a team that coincidentally has no primetime games. So that's all I'm saying, bro.
How many times has Clint played the Chiefs or been the OC against the Chiefs? He's been in the NFC basically his entire career, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, the Redskins, the Vikings, and the Falcons.
I'm just gonna
and the Niners and the
throw out
Saints.
2 names.
Oh yeah, the
I'm
Niners.
gonna throw out
Saints.
2 names, and you tell me what quarterback you compare with these guys and get fantastic numbers. Jefferson and Adam Thielen. Star Adam Thielen, not late Adam Thielen. Star Adam Thielen. What quarterback can you pair with them and he'll do well? Can we say?
And you got to throw in Stephon. You got Stephon Diggs too before he went bananas. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kirk Cousins. If you look at his stats are deceiving because you would say, "Oh man, this dude is cold," but like I said, his stats don't tell the whole story.
No, he had three stud ass wide receivers at the time. Come on, man. Any quarterback you put there is going to fucking ball and have great numbers.
Well,
that don't make him great.
McCarthy can't do it.
He don't have no stars.
What do you mean? He got Jordan Allison.
Yeah, he got Jordan Allison. He got Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hopkins.
Come on.
And he had old boy the Aaron Jones had a good year too.
You know what he don't got?
And Kevin O'Connell calling plays.
You know what he don't
getting
got?
Hurt.
He don't got a Clint
Kubiak as a quarterback coach.
He don't got a Clint Kubiak. He don't got a Clint Kubiak.
He got Kevin O'Connell.
He don't got a Clint Kubiak.
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, Clint Kubiak too.
But he don't have McCarthy. Don't have him. We're talking about McCarthy right now.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Kevin O'Connell is a top 5 offensive mind in the league.
Okay, he ain't Clint Kubiak.
You can argue he's better than Clint Kubiak. You can argue he's better than Clint Kubiak. To be honest with you.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Has he got a Super Bowl?
No. But
is he on the verge of losing his job because Minnesota's not producing? Is he on the verge of losing his job?
No. If he loses his job, you know how
he loses his job, bro. He's gonna be he loses his job, bro. A team will fire their coach to bring Kevin O'Connell.
Right.
I didn't say that wouldn't be. I didn't say that wasn't the case. I said, is his job not on the line because Minnesota is not producing like they should be? And the answer is yes.
Hell no.
If they do not perform this year, bro, he is out. Don't give a shit
hell
what
no.
anybody says.
He's had one down year. Want to know why he's not out? Want to know how I know he's not out? Because Kevin O'Connell is the one that wanted to draft JJ McCarthy. And Kevin O'Connell, all he had to do was say it was a GM's decision. And they fired the GM. That's how much pull he has in Minnesota.
I'm gonna just say this.
Kevin O'Connell's a great offensive
You know what? You
player.
might be right. You might be right. He might be safe this year. Why? Because they got 2 trash ass quarterbacks playing for him right now. I don't give a shit what you say. McCarthy is not good. He's not.
No, he's not. He's trash.
He's trash.
I said before he got drafted, he was trash.
You got a 5'0" quarterback coming out throwing double interceptions. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, McCarthy was handoff champion,
your quarterback over here throwing his first 2 picks was first 2 passes was interceptions. Your DBs ain't even that good. So what we talking about?
I said before McCarthy got drafted, he was trash. So
yeah, I mean, he was a handoff champion, bro, and had Harbaugh as his fucking coach, and Harbaugh gets the best out of quarterbacks. So
that's crazy because AOC was better than him.
Than JJ McCarthy?
Yep.
But yeah, from what we've seen, hell yeah. A lot of men. He was probably the worst quarterback in the league.
Before he got hurt. That's the thing. Didn't he get hurt at Michigan? And JJ had to play?
No. You talking about who? Who got hurt at Michigan?
AOC.
No, O'Connell was at Purdue.
He was at Purdue, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy was the JJ McCarthy was a starter there. I want to say for 2 years. No, was it 2 years? I want to say it was 2 years. I forgot who the starter was before that.
Stu school. He went to Stu school.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why Stu loved him so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And JJ McCarthy, I think, man, that's what everybody. That's what the whole conversation around JJ McCarthy was. It's, it was all he does is win games. I think he only had one loss when he was at IMG Academy in Florida, and then I think he maybe lost 1 or 2 games his entire Michigan career. So like he's all he does is win.
It's not saying a lot for ING Academy, bro.
Oh yeah, no, it's a superstar. I mean, it's a private school. They recruit. They were basically recruiting paid players.
You're not supposed to lose. You know what I mean? Like you're not supposed to lose, bro. Like,
that wasn't the narrative though when he was coming out. That's what they were saying about him. Oh, he don't lose. Look at his high school career. That was the narrative.
Look, quarterbacks make it to the NFL based on the wide receivers around them in college, bro. That's why I don't have a lot of faith in quarterbacks coming out of college. And so you got to prove it to me once you get here, bro. You got to prove to me that you good. Because look, I mean, let's look at the quarterback from Cincinnati. All the signs are starting to prove that he's not as good as people thought he was. He's not.
Joe Burrow?
Huh?
Joe Burrow?
Burrow, yeah.
Burrow's pretty good.
To prove that he's not as good as people thought he was.
He's pretty good, bro. He just gets destroyed.
Yeah, but he's not as good as people thought he was. I didn't say he was bad.
No O-line.
I didn't say he was bad. What I said was he's not as good as people thought he was. That's not a downing statement. That's just saying people had a very high ceiling for him, and he's not fucking reaching it. He got to the Super Bowl one time. What has he done since then?
When Joe Burrow is healthy, he's top 3 quarterback. Or when he's healthy, he's top 3 quarterback in the league.
Look, I never said that he was trash. What I said was he's not living up to the hype. Can anybody tell me that he's living up to the hype?
No. I mean, he's been hurt. I mean, yeah, if you want to blame the injuries on him, then yeah, it's his. You can say it's his fault. But
I blame everything you have control over. Whatever's ailing you, that's your problem. That ain't my. I don't have your ailment. Nobody else on your team got your ailment. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. You the one with the problem.
So if part of the reason he's not producing is because the offensive line is getting them hit, is that you still blame Kirk Cousins? I mean, still blame Joe Burrow?
You did it to Carr, so yep. People did it to DC. I'm gonna do it to everybody else in the league. Nobody is above the standard. Nobody's above the standard. Everybody tried to say, "Oh, Geno this, Geno that" last year. When I kept saying the fucking O-line is trash, but Geno was getting, you know what I mean, fucking stepped on too. Although he didn't help his case. Well, let's just be honest, the motherfucker didn't help his case.
Hey, look, you're preaching to the choir. You are preaching to the choir because there's another player that people want to blame their struggles on O-line, and like I said, I have a different opinion, a very unpopular opinion.
So I'm just saying, man.
Hit it.
You know, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the game.
Man, everybody already knows. Everybody already knows. I don't think we should have drafted Ashton in the first round. I mean, I'm opposed to drafting any round unless you got like Adrian Peterson. Or even Barry Sanders. Like Barry Sanders was crazy in college, but like unless you got just like a freak of nature, I'm not drafting a running back in the first round. That's just me. And
I felt like it was a wasted pick because you didn't even have an offensive line in front of him to even be ready to block for him. It's a wasted pick,
brother. You are my guy, my dog, Dirty man. Thank you. Exactly what I was telling people. And
same thing with the quarterback. You don't have a team ready for this quarterback, bro. It's a wasted fucking pick.
I mean, teams feel pressure. Teams feel pressure to draft a quarterback, and quarterback in terms of a value scale, the quarterback is the highest value position in the NFL. So if you got a chance to draft a guy you think can be a franchise quarterback, you almost got to pull the trigger. But in terms of running back, like you can get these top tier running backs throughout the draft. You rarely get these top flight quarterbacks later on. Like there's a lot of running backs that are producing at a very high level that are second round players and beyond. There's obviously there are guys that were first rounders. You think of Saquon, Bijan, Jameer, but that Kyron Williams, he's a later round pick, right? Javonte Williams, a later round pick. Like, a lot of these guys were Derrick Henry was a second rounder. Like a lot of these guys are second, third, fourth round picks. And what the teams did was they invested elsewhere.
Like one pick before Derrick Henry. We took Jihad Ward, I believe, like one pick before Derrick Henry. We had a need for running back too.
I don't remember if it was one pick before, but yeah, we picked before him. We did take him in the second round before the Titans took him in that draft. I want to say, is that the same draft? Is that the draft we took O'Boy in? That's the draft we took the safety in?
Which one, Carl Joseph?
From West Virginia? Yeah, Carl Joseph. Is that draft?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
I believe so. Because it was the same draft with Jahad Ward.
That's the draft? Okay, because I can't remember if it was that draft or that was the who was the Obi Melifonwu draft? I was pissed about that draft too.
Oh, the
Connecticut was a second round pick. I forget what draft.
Yeah, Obi Melifonwu was the second round too, but I can't remember who we picked in the first round that year.
Yeah, I forget.
Was that McClain? No, that couldn't have been McClain. That was way too.
Nah, that wasn't Rolando.
Way before.
First. That
Who
was
that?
I remember we took fuck. I was mad as fuck at this pick too.
Was it? Nah, that's not.
Fuck. We took dude, who did we take in that fucking draft? I feel like we took a lineman. I feel like we took a lineman. My guy SoCal knows me too well. You see, you already knew I was about to say Genty. My dog SoCal know me too well, bro. So that's me saying. Keep telling, man. People keep making all these excuses for Genty. You know, sometimes if I draft you in the first round, you as a running back,
so
you gotta make your own magic.
Obi Melifonwu was drafted in 2017.
2017.
Second round.
Who was that? Colt Miller was
in the second round.
Who was our first round pick?
2018, right?
I think so.
Garrett Conley.
No, that
was that Garrett Conley?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Gary Conley. You're right, bro.
Was it Gary Conley? Okay, yeah. It was Gary Conley. Damn.
That was the same draft as Eddie Vander does it in the third round.
Eddie Vander, yeah. Because we drafted Colt Miller the year before that. I want to say, right? Or was it the year after? The year after.
That
the year after. The year after. Yeah, the year after. Yeah, it was the year after. Because I remember Tremaine Edmonds got drafted in that draft, and I like Tremaine Edmonds. And I think Derwin James was in that draft class too. And then Mike McGlinchey was in that draft class, and the Raiders wanted Mike McGlinchey.
I knew those.
Yeah, there was a coin toss with the Niners and the Raiders on who was going to get McGlinchey or Colton Miller, bro. And the Niners won; they took McGlinchey.
Oh man, my guy Shalom Luani, aka the football playing Jesse.
Bro, I actually met him at training camp and got a picture of him that year, 2017.
Bro, do y'all know that is one of our worst? That is probably one of our worst drafts ever, bro.
You guys remember Elijah Hood? I thought Elijah Hood was going to be
the running back. Yeah. A lot of people thought he was going to be good because he was nice. He was nice at North Carolina.
Everybody on this list was supposed to be good, bro. Markel Lee, y'all don't remember Markel Lee?
Yeah,
kind of mid though.
He stuck around for a while.
Ever, bro. This was one of our worst drafts ever, bro. None of these dudes lived up to do anything. None of them made it past 3 years with us, bro. None of them.
That Damon Arnett draft, I had to go back and look. I think that was the worst draft because none of those motherfuckers are even in the league anymore, bro.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true. Josh Jacobs still in the league.
It wasn't. I don't think it was.
That was. I think that was a different draft class. Josh Jacobs was Jonathan Abrams. That was Clelin Ferrell and Jonathan Abrams and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
That was like draft class.
And then Damon Arnett was drafted in it by himself for that 1 year.
Damon Arnett was drafted with Henry Ruggs.
He was our number 3 first round pick.
Yeah.
That was our first draft class, I think. The 2020 draft class.
Yeah. No, Damon Arnett was picked in the first round.
Yeah, that was Henry Ruggs, right? That was Henry Ruggs draft, right?
Yeah.
Henry
Ruggs draft was the one with old boy out of Ohio. Because we kept saying, bro, that was our jailbait fucking draft.
Here it is, right here, bro.
In jail.
Here it is.
Damon Arnett.
That draft had Henry Ruggs and Damon Arnett in the first. In the third round, they had
Brian Edwards and Lynn Bowden.
Brian Edwards, and
then we had boy from Clemson, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Tanner Muse.
John Simpson and Amik Robertson in the fourth round.
John Simpson and Amik Robertson still in the league.
Yeah.
No. Our first round, both our first round guys were in jail. That was our first round.
Both of our first round guys.
Yeah.
That was our
Yeah,
first round jail draft.
Damon Arnett should have been obvious he was going to be in jail. Henry Ruggs, you could have never known because Henry Ruggs, he's made a dumbass decision,
That was a
but
freak accident. But
yeah, he's made a dumbass decision, but he's a good kid, but he just made
Arnett,
a
you could see all the signs Arnett was going where he was.
That's why I don't think old buddy who was our Mike Mayock. I think that's the reason why you don't see him on any draft NFL anymore, because he was like, I did the most homework on him, bro. You don't ever see him on the drafts anymore. He's always be like, let's swing it over to Mike Mayock to think about what he thinks about this player.
Bro,
he'll never do that shit no more, dog.
No, the reason why
Damon Arnett had quit at Ohio State. He quit. Chris Carter had to fly to Florida to get him to go back to school. He had quit the team.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Him and his teammate, the other corner, Jeff Okudah, they both stink, dude. Both of them were terrible.
Yeah, and man, Jeff Okudah was supposed to be that dude. I remember that year. It was Jeff Okudah, and it was the cornerback out of Florida. I forget his name, Henderson. I want to say something like that, Henderson.
The dude that went to the Falcons.
The reason why Mayock
he went to the Panthers. The dude that went to the Panthers. AJ Terrell who went to the Falcons. That's who I thought we was gonna get, because we had been drafting all those Clemson players. I want to say Atlanta traded up to get him, if I recall correctly, because I thought we were gonna grab him because we had been taking everybody from Clemson.
Okay.
No, Mayock don't get no love from ESPN because he walked out of that big ass contract to be the general manager for the Raiders, and they left the sour.
Exactly. No, fact.
That's why he don't get no love from them anymore. It got nothing to do with his take on things, because he was missing when he was there. He wasn't right about everything. He was right more than he was wrong, but he was still missing on players there too. But no, it's the way that he left ESPN. That's what left the sour taste in their mouth, and that's why he don't really get no love or exposure from them. So, but hey, look, if Skip Bayless can come back, who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys, it's getting kind of late. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Skip Bayless is at ESPN.
Yeah, he's back.
I mean, if you guys want to hang out, that's cool. I'm gonna go grab some food. I appreciate Severe. Thanks for coming by, bro. Much love, dog.
So with the brother
conversation for sure, knowledgeable conversation. Appreciate you, bro.
For sure.
Chat, so make sure you guys go over, show Severe some love. Like I said, he does great work, bro. He does a 50-50 show with Farrell, and he does a show with Chris and 805, man. So go show them some love. Very educational, entertaining content over there as well. But
tall as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna forget that, bro. I met this nigga in Vegas. Nigga tall, bro. You a fucking Farrell. Y'all some tall ass niggas, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm 6'4", man.
Oh, man,
I came out the elevator. I looked. I said, "God damn, nigga, what's up, Severe? Shit, he's a tall ass nigga, bro."
And once again, chat, we appreciate you guys for coming through. Hit the like button. Show love to all the channels. We'll catch you back tomorrow. I'm going to do another show tomorrow night. We're going to be doing the possibility of Maxx Crosby being recruited to the 49ers by kids.
That sounds kind of bad if you think about it, man. But,
that does sound kind of weird. Is it weird on the 49ers part for sending a child?
Yeah, man.
Anything with a child recruiting just doesn't sound right, man.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. But I love y'all boys, bro. We'll get more into it tomorrow night. Appreciate Severe, appreciate Afakasi, appreciate you guys, chat. We got, like I said, Severe's link and Afakasi's link right here in the chat. So show love to the channels. I'll be back tomorrow night, man. So for the Just Win Baby podcast for the Silver and Black Lounge, Afakasi Raider, Severe, the homie Black, Nutty Raider, Nate, Dirty. I'm Raider Ben, man. You guys have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. And we'll be back on the next one, man. Peace out.
50 billion things on the face of the planet.
Appreciate y'all, man.
The fact that you allow us to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated.
100.
All right, boys. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe out there, guys. Go Raiders.
Which team, by colors alone, is identifiable around the world?
The autumn wind is a Raider.
Which team, by slogan, commitment to excellence?
Pillaging just for fun.
Just win, baby.
He'll knock you around,
All those things
then upside down,
are the Raiders.
and laugh when he's conquered and won.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win.
He's blown up. Raiders.
Just win, baby.